welcome.
Hello, friends, and welcome to our second ever Dechart Games Club.
You made it. We're here. We're grateful for you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Amelia and I started this project called Dechart Games Club, whereby we would study our favorite games and the favorite games we've played with all of you together on stream to discuss them, because Amelia and I have a fun announcement in case you missed it last time. We are currently developing our very own video game. Yeah! It was a lot more nerve-wracking last week. We did Detroit Become Human.
2 weeks ago, actually.
2 weeks ago. And ultimately, Amelia and I were like, we need to start with the people that know the most, which is all of you.
Experts.
Yeah, experts.
Experts.
So on today, we're going to be discussing Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Resident Evil Village in particular, because those are the ones we've streamed together. But we're gonna unpack it all. Amelia, explain a little bit.
Explain a little bit.
Explain a little bit.
So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Resident Evil, specifically Resident Evil 2 Remake and Village, because we want to get into the details about what makes Resident Evil such a spectacular series? I suppose series. Franchise. What makes them so special? So we want to really break it down and dig deep to talk about what makes the game so awesome.
Yeah.
And we're going to break it down into different sections, and we just want you to let us know exactly what you think.
Exactly what you think. What you love, what you don't love. As a Katie Raid, get down! You ain't safe yet? Katie, what's going on, Katie Benz?
Hello, friends.
One of the coolest mammals on the planet. What's going on, Katie Benz?
Top level cool, Katie Benz.
Top level cool, up here. What's up, Katie Raid? Come on in, come on in.
Come on in.
Thank you all for the new follows. I see a ton of new follows dropping in. What's up?
If you have not yet followed Katie Benz, please go over to their channel to give them some love, because they are stupendous streamers. They also play Steph in Life is Strange.
You know, I feel like this is a perfect time to mention what we're doing on Games Club next. We're going to keep you guys in the loop of what's happening. March 4th is going to be Life is Strange.
Yes!
So, Katie Benz, we hope you're hyped for it. We're going to talk about Life is Strange 1, 2, Before the Storm, Life is Strange True Colors, Wavelengths DLC, Captain Spirit, whatever. We're going to get into it. And on February 4th, we're talking about Until Dawn, and February 18th is Horizon Zero Dawn. These games clubs have been a lot of fun, and we're really grateful for you all being here. Look at all this love.
Yeah.
Thank you for the raid.
Yes!
Yes! So, as I was just about to mention, this is a totally spoiler-safe stream, so if you have any pro tips about Resident Evil, if it's a spoiler, if it connects to another game, you've already been warned. Just be aware. You had your booster 2 days ago, quite miserable, but Ray 3, thank you for the cheers.
Nice.
And the nice long message.
Yay for boosters.
Ray for boosters. Ray for boosters?
Ray for boosters.
Yay for boosters. Yay for public health. Speaking of public health, so Resident Evil deals with zombies.
Yeah.
Not so healthy.
And or monsters.
Monsters. And or the infected slash. I mean, every different franchise has a different way of naming it. And whoa there, Veronica.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone. Lucky for you, whoa there, Veronica. I have spent way too much time in OBS, so take your pick. What are we doing? Sparkles?
I think we need fire.
Fire.
Yeah,
Fire from the sides or fire from below?
Fire from the sides.
Fire from the sides. Coming on up. Yes! Thank you, Whoa There, Veronica, for the gift sub group hug. We super appreciate it. If you got a gift sub from Whoa There, Vero, please check out the starter kit. This is going to show you the way around our channel and how you can join us in our Discord. We got Beck and Cheese. Beck and Cheese with a 5 gifted sub. So,
thank you.
A traditional hug. But I think Beck and Cheese would like some fire as well.
Maybe from below.
Some fire from below.
Beck and Cheese, this is for you.
Yes, Beck and Cheese. Yes, more fire. We are very grateful for all of you hanging out with us. Thank you for your good vibes. And Pop Khaki, thank you for the double gifted subs. We do have a special kind of prize today.
Yes.
One of our community members, Tracy, made this for us when we were doing our Resident Evil 2 playthrough, and sent us one to share with all of you, but we got it just as we finished the playthrough. So now's the time for the prize, and the prize is this beautiful umbrella macrame. You can use it as a coaster. You can use it as a warning. You can use it as a very, very soft weapon, which would probably not get you too far in combat. Blue. But thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing emotes in the chat. And if you're a subscriber to our channel, you get 5 times entry in our prize giveaways. And if you give a gift sub 1 or many or 20...
Oh my goodness, like Canadryan.
Canadryan, yo, that's 20 gifted subs. I gotta do something.
Let's do...
Rise Up Purple Smoke?
Yeah, Rise
Up Purple Smoke, on command. Look at that.
Thank you so much,
Effortless.
Canadryan. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Canadryan. If you got one of those 20 gifted subs from Canadryan, please be the one in the chat to type ! starter kit. That's going to show you the way around the channel. Oh my goodness.
So Resident Evil. We have 2 particular games that we've played, and they're slightly different, so maybe we should talk first about which ones have you played. Have you played Resident Evil 1? 2?
No, I'm saying how many of them have you played?
I was a little confused.
Have you played 1 Resident Evil game? Have you played 2 Resident Evil games? Have you played 3? If you've played 5 or more, type of 5 in the chat. And if you've played literally all of the Resident Evil games, that's madness.
And good for you, because
But
you're very brave.
We need your expertise especially, okay? So this is pro tip safe, spoiler safe. You've all been warned, and it's totally okay if you help us connect the dots on some of these stories. Jokey jokes to you. Welcome back for 5 months, and Mothbee back for 3, and I see Astrophilia. Thank you for subscribing with your Prime. Did y'all know that I have a button for that too? If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to Twitch for a free subscription with the button that looks like this down below the video, ! Free in the chat. So it looks like
most people have played at least
one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or
5.
abstain, or you're all in. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So we've played Resident Evil 2 Remake and Village.
Which, by the way, 2 Remake is celebrating its 24th anniversary today. That's nuts.
Hype.
24 years.
So which one should we talk about first? Because they're slightly different.
Let's talk about, if it's cool with you all, can we start with Resident Evil 2 Remake, and then we'll go from there. And happy birthday to you. Yo,
hey,
what's up, Liz?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thanks for spending it with us. Appreciate you hanging out.
Okay, let's talk about 2 Remake.
All right, we're going to start with 2 Remake.
I got my journal.
And I've got a little thing up here where I can type in our text, and I'm going to say topic, and I'm going to say Resident Evil 2 Remake. Okay, so this could also include some comparing and contrasting between the original and the remake. Yeah. We've played the remake. We have not played the original.
No.
Nicole Wandering. Yo, there's so much hype for this stream. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nicole Wandering. I have a butterfly.
Yeah.
Summon butterfly. There it is. Beautiful butterfly. Yeah. Canadryan, welcome back for 2 months, by the by. Very cool. So,
wow. Okay. So Resident Evil 2 Remake.
We should go for broad categories. Y'all throw them at us, and then we'll poll it.
What are the most awesome things about Resident Evil 2 Remake? What makes it extra special?
Yep. And if it's true of a different Resident Evil game, feel free to include it in this one. That's totally fine. And Blues Hun, thank you for the gifted sub as well. Thank you. How about a parrot for you? Summon parrot. Yo, and Chris O Games. Oh my gosh, so much hype. Thank you,
All right, so I'm seeing the graphics, the enemies, the atmosphere.
Okay.
I'm seeing the zombies. So that's your enemies.
Yeah, enemies. Okay. Atmosphere.
The spookiness, the fear.
Spookiness and fear. Okay.
Fear. I wrote fear twice. Control. Oh, replayability. I think that's important.
Replayability is huge. And I feel like, is Resident Evil a game that
characters
more people are doing speed runs of than other games? I feel like I see a lot of speed runs of Resident Evil. Replayability. The characters?
Yeah, okay, the characters.
Can I throw out the puzzles?
Puzzles,
like the kind of environmental puzzles?
Environmental puzzles. Challenges to unlock stuff. The jump scares.
Right.
So the fear. Mr. X, so that would go in the characters.
I can take
inventory.
Inventory. I can take one. I'm going to leave it at 8.
Okay.
Inventory.
Do you have
I have all
fear?
The things.
Yeah, you have. Okay.
Do I have fear? No. No tengo mucho fear, but let's go.
Okay. So these are the things that you've said makes Resident Evil so especially awesome.
Let's rank them.
So for you, is it the graphics? Is it the enemies that you face? Is it the atmosphere? Is it just the overall spookiness and fearfulness that you get? Is it the replayability? Is it the characters of Leon and Claire? Is it the environment and the puzzles and how you unlock everything? Or is it that awesome inventory that can get full?
Can it? Yes, it can.
Yeah, again.
We know how to make inventory full, team.
We do.
Beautiful.
Did you get this one? Yes.
Huh? Yeah, Chriso Games.
Oh, and
Blue
Shun.
Thank you for the gifted subs,
Thank
teams.
you very much, Blue Shun.
Very much appreciate that.
Okay.
No thanks on the inventory, huh? So the atmosphere is getting a lot of love. So we're gonna jump into these top ones and break them apart even more. When it comes to the atmosphere, we'll get into more detail. The characters, we're gonna get into more detail. And I think it's looking like environmental puzzles is coming in with like the unlocking different rooms and stuff.
Spookiness and fear is a little bit.
Spookiness and fear. Okay. Spookiness and fear, and then replayability is not quite as high as I expected.
No.
All right. Cool.
All right, I'm numbering them all. Spookiness, fear.
You don't have to number them all because we have it the VOD.
But I like to number it.
Just so you know,
I like making lists.
Can I get GoPro Note Cam?
Sure. I'm a little like crazed with my writing and stuff. But
I want you all to know I've also spent too much time with this.
Yo.
Ooh, she really is taking notes. And Plinkety.
Hey,
thank you, Plinkety. Can we give you an old-fashioned hug, Plinkety? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the 10 gifted subs and the much love for Resident Evil. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to pause this poll. If anybody else wants to jump in here,
this is for...
go ahead and shout out your favorite. Last chance to poll it.
Okay, so I'm seeing...
It's atmosphere, characters, spookiness, and fear. And environmental puzzles.
Okay.
Those are our top 4. So let's walk it through. Let's walk it through those top 4, right?
Environmental
puzzles.
What?
Russ is saying you forgot nostalgia for our older gamer friends. I think that's a big deal too, especially with a remake, right?
Yeah.
When I played Crash Bandicoot, they made a remake of Crash 1, 2, and 3, and that gave me so many nostalgic feels.
Okay. So let's talk first about the atmosphere.
Okay.
Because I think that the atmosphere also creates a lot of spookiness and fear.
It's connected.
Yeah.
It's so connected.
So what are some of the things that are really strong about the atmosphere that's created in Resident Evil 2?
Yeah, the sound design. Okay, sound design is good. Let's get this into like, subsections. Atmosphere.
Music. So there's like this ominous sense of doom that I think that's happening. Lighting. The jump scares, the camera angles.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that the jump scares, the atmosphere, a big part of that is the spookiness and the sort of tension, constant tension.
The haunted house
something's
feel.
about to jump out at you. Yeah, haunted house vibes. The police department. Oh man, there's so many different settings, right? So maybe what I'll do is I'm gonna say the settings and location, because that's
the silence.
And it's claustrophobic in some portions. Definitely.
Yeah.
A sense of being kind of like surrounded.
Maybe it's the
like,
differences in the space of some feeling really big and expansive and other ones feeling real small. So
okay.
Large
different and small spaces. These are all great, and it's hard to pick a favorite one, but we're gonna do our best.
Yeah, feeling trapped.
Anxiety inducing.
The sound effects.
Yeah, I got sound design on here. Let's get 2 more in here. I want something about like this sense of being surrounded, because it does feel like there's like you don't like the anticipation of not knowing what's on the other side of the door, kind of like the unknown. Can I call it that? Like the unknown, the unseen.
The negative space. The silence makes you feel really vulnerable. Constant feeling of dread. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mr. X always watching. I think we'd put him in an enemy category, right?
Yeah, he's gonna come up in characters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call for Resident Evil when I come to mind. I mean, there's definitely gore, right? I mean, it's definitely like.
See, that's not the first thing that I think about when I think about Resident Evil.
No, but I mean, like, how is the atmosphere for this game different than the atmosphere of other games? And one of the things that stands out to me is the fact that we haven't played a ton of games where like you shoot a thing and it explodes and its guts go all over the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put the gore.
Okay.
Or tone violence. I'm including it. All right, let's pull these 8.
Okay.
It'll be easier if I stick it to 8 because otherwise they run off the edge of the screen a little bit. When it comes to the atmosphere in particular, let's get a little more specific. Is it the thing that makes it stand out to you the most? Number 1, the music. Number 2, the sound design. So pretty much all of the sounds besides the music itself. 3, the lighting. 4, jump scares. 5, the setting and the locations in particular, which could be you like that you're in a police department, you like that you're in the sewers, you like that you're in the factory. Large and small spaces, so this kind of sense of scale, I suppose.
Yeah.
The unknown or the unseen is getting a lot of love right now. And number 8, the gore, the tone of the violence, where you're playing something that's not just like, you click them on and they die. There's like they're really gonna blow up. Our hair is on point today. Thank you. We bathed.
We did.
Big day around here, team. We're real clean.
We took showers.
Suzusia, thank you for subscribing with your Prime. And Amira, welcome back for 3 months. And I see my friend Moogie Blue is back for 19.
Moogie Blue.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci
Moogie Blue.
beaucoup.
If anyone else would like to jump in here, now's a good time to do it. And let's see. Should we...
Yeah, jump scares can become quite predictable. That's true. But for me, even though if I know it's going to come and it does, I still jump. Which just kind of blows my mind.
Right. All right, I'm going to pause it here and let's get a little bit more, or let's get a little more into the unknown and the unseen is winning, clearly winning. The sound design
is number 2.
And the setting and the locations. All right, this is good stuff. So for clarity, Amelia and I are working on a game that is going to be a branching, bending narrative. When it comes to Resident Evil, as far as I understand it, the narrative is pretty similar, but we have both characters. So when we get into characters, we need to make a note to talk about the 2 different paths, the 2 different playthrough paths, because that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But let's see. When it comes to the unknown and the unseen, the settings and the location and the sound design. And everything else really falls off compared to those ones.
Yeah,
You guys are very clearly ringing the bell for the unknown and the unseen.
Okay, so what is it about the unknown and the unseen that makes it so, like, extra awesome? Because for me, thinking about, like, the scary movies that I've seen growing up, it's when you don't quite see you can't see whatever's chasing you because our imagination comes up with something that I think that's way worse.
Yeah, Sweet Christabel says your mind fills in the gaps for you.
And I'm thinking specifically about the movie Signs.
Me too. I was literally just going to mention that.
Because it was so terrifying. But then when you finally saw the alien, I was like, oh. Well, that's not that scary. So I think it's
but when it's just like a little creak of light under the door,
Yeah.
The anticipation and the dread is so fun. The build-up. Yeah.
Build.
Oh, Tendies is saying, we don't fear the dark, we fear what could be in the dark.
Anticipation.
Which, the anticipation.
We don't fear the dark, we fear what could be in the dark.
Yeah, Cinder Phoenix is saying something similar about the ocean. What comes to mind about, swimming in the ocean, anything could be below you. The lack of visibility. So, Debo, I noticed you said the thing about claustrophobia. Do you think that has to do also with the field of view? Like, it's very easy for like a licker to be in the room with you, but like over there, and you just don't see it until you spin down there. So like, to me, the sense of how to create this sense of the unknown or the out of sight is to kind of like limit your view, because some characters, when I'm like running behind them, it's like, Aloy, I can see like so much of the world. You like the name Ethan and Winter? There you go. We'll get more into Village a little bit later. Right now we're kind of trying to focus on Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yeah, I do think that your point about what you can actually see.
Yeah, Blaze Tech calls it limitation.
So vision limitation.
Yeah, if you have odd angles, you can't necessarily see. You have to change your point of view to change the experience.
Change POV to change experience.
Yeah. I see Albert's comment says, fixed camera angles increase the fear factor because you can't determine how many foes there are, but you can only hear them until it's too late.
Ooh,
that's right, because it does feel like something could be coming towards you for a while, but then it's just right up on you before you even notice it. And that's where I freaked out the most playing this game. let's see, an example in Chase. You can't go everywhere. It has you have a limited path. Okay, so this limitation thing is really coming up over and over again. Terrible Misery says, and this is right on brand for them, that you don't want the camera to become frustrating, because sometimes limiting angles can be frustrating when you're trying to run around. And that's true when you get like kind of stuck in the environment,
Yeah, when you're like in a rock and you're like, no.
And you're like, Trico, pay attention to me. Anyway, if you've been there, good horror is unseen but expected. Ooh, Don Carlo, I like the way you put that.
So a big difference between Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil Remake 2 Remake is that 2 is in third person, so you see your character that you're controlling in front of you, versus Village, which is first person, so everyone's looking directly at you because you are literally the character. So there's not much of a... Which one do you prefer?
Let's do a poll. In front of you...
I think it's just 2 words, yeah.
And then, here we go. I'm going to do it like this, just for clarity. I prefer, when you're playing a game, this doesn't have to be about Resident Evil, but in total, do you prefer a game that is, number one, in a first-person point of view? So like, like your Halo, your first-person shooter, you see your hands and maybe the equipment that you engage with. Or do you prefer a third-person game where the whole character's in front of you and you see them moving from direction to direction? And then we use cutscenes in both of them. Mm-hmm. But in the cutscenes in Resident Evil Village, for instance, first person, we never see ourselves until the very end.
Which was the same thing with Cyberpunk too, yeah. Because we haven't played that many first person games, but in our limited experience, that has been what I think is that you don't see your character unless you're in the menu or you're...
Or the ability to choose, like in Red Dead Redemption 2, that's true. You can toggle down into a different... It's like a racing game where you can drop from like over the car to in the cockpit at the same time. This is incredible feedback, team. I'm really grateful for this. First person gives you motion sickness.
Yeah, same.
I've heard that same thing. Here, let me do a little poll like that. We got 75% of people are preferring a third person playthrough to a first person. But how are you with first person? Just out of curiosity. I love it. I can deal with it.
Or it makes me sick.
I cannot stand it.
Yeah, makes me
All right,
sick.
when it comes to first person, we only had 25% of people prefer first person, but if you're one of those people who play in a third person game, is it because you just can't deal with the first person kind of motion tracking? Because that can get kind of alarming for some people, depending. And J-Man Gamer, welcome back for 5 months. Appreciate you. And
Hey,
Frost Winters is back for 11 months. Hi.
Hello, Frost.
Thank you for tuning in. So those of you look, it's pretty easy between people who love it, and people who cannot stand it. Seems pretty split. So not a ton of intel there on either side of it. Mostly that people who don't love it
really
can
don't
tolerate
love it. Yeah.
can tolerate it, I guess. Sometimes first person can make you dizzy if there's a lot going on. I see Russ says first person is good for you if you create your character, and third is good for you, good for them if the character's already established, which is how they like it. Which is interesting because like in Detroit we follow around the 3 protagonists, but they're pretty much gonna look the same way they always look. But in V we had a highly customizable character, but we never saw them.
No.
So, yes, Roxa, I am Connor in Detroit Become Human. And this is my wife.
Hi.
Who plays the Tracys. This is Amelia, and I'm Brian.
First person is very immersive. That's true.
Yeah. Here's a question real quick about first person, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Okay. When it comes to my thing with Cyberpunk, and forgive me if this is too off topic, but when the characters were speaking to me directly, I felt like they were very far away because I could see this whole environment, and it didn't control like a cutscene or like a cinematic kind of a cutscene. So how do you feel about integrating either a first person or a third person character, but into cutscenes and it feeling like you're still playing versus it being wholly a cutscene, like it's cutting to something that you're you're not interacting. Debo likes that first person with a third person cutscene, right? So third person is a little more cinematic. Depends on the field of view, says Crispy Cactus. And it's a very specific kind of question. And W. Liz, yes, Amelia and I will both be acting in this game we're making.
Most definitely, yes.
But moreover, we're taking over the game design reins, team, and that's you all are here helping with us. So you're all going to be credited in the in the final thing. Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 did an amazing job with the cutscenes. That Astro Goose I agree with.
Yeah.
Staying in first person for cutscenes sounds cool, but you've never seen it, says Pardon My Appearance. You'd rather go to first person for cutscenes. See, for me, it's like I do like the sense of having the character talking right to you. But like in Detroit, they accomplished that where we're over the character's shoulder and then we just push into there, and then they have a reverse shot, so it looks like a film where you see the character you're talking to and they're looking not directly at you, but like at camera angle that makes sense to us because we're used to watching TV and movies and stuff. This is... Yo, thanks, Toshter. That's sweet of you. And Emo Screamo Ryan, welcome back for 3 months, saying they feel like first person is good for immersion and psychological aspects, and third is good for visual aspects. Could be cool if you could change between them. Vale Sito Chris, welcome back for 18 months.
Welcome back. I also see Albert says, why not create a game so you can play it in either first person or third person so the gamer can choose?
That's cool. I'm thinking that probably technically speaking, like Red Dead Redemption 2 can do that because it's Rockstar and they have like $1 billion.
They're rock stars.
We're probably not going to have $1 billion.
No. Maybe. I mean, but
we're hoping for $1 billion.
We're hoping for $1 billion. We'll see.
I think that what's going to happen with the character design element of it, and we can get into character creator and stuff later when we talk about games that have those.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
Earl's here.
Hi, Earl. Uh-oh. Hey, Earl. What we're talking about right now, Earl, we just went from unknown and unseen, and then what was the second most?
The second most was the sound design. So we're talking about Resident Evil 2 Remake right now, and we are discussing what makes this game so epically awesome, and the top things that you all said were the unknown and the unseen was the most awesome, followed by the sound design and then the settings and the characters.
All right, so when it comes to sound design, let's keep the show on the road because I'm a rambly dude.
This is the
when it comes to sound design, for those of you who selected sound design out of the top 8 poll, what is it? Give me an example, and let's try to narrow in on this a little bit more. Red Dead, we will definitely keep you guys posted. This is the best place for info about our upcoming game. We're going to be doing these games clubs every first Friday and third Friday of the month. The next one's Until Dawn on the 4th. We're doing one for Horizon on February 18th, and Life is Strange on the 4th.
So the footsteps. So is that your footsteps? Or...
Oh, no, that's X. Right? That's
but
Mr.
you also
X.
hear your footsteps too, right?
That's true.
Being able to hear sound cues. Okay, sound cues.
Like
Mr. X. The
Mr.
growls.
X. Sound is highly important for horror games, I see is said.
Yeah. Flesh-eating sounds, so the gurgling.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Locational sounds.
Scary sounds. I'm hearing locational sounds. So with that, I'm gonna call that like sound mapping, where you have like 360. You can tell something's on your left, you can tell something's on your right.
Music strings to alert the player. So that I think that would be like sound cues, but music strings alert player.
Okay.
The
other thing is like, how do you call it? I guess it's another music cue, but like when you're playing a game and then all of a sudden the music chills out and you killed the last enemy.
Yeah.
Is that a sound cue? Or is that what we're calling sound cues? Where it's like, oh, the fight music has just ended. I can check my inventory again.
Sound has to set the tone of the gameplay and set the tone of fear to raise it up even more before the foe appears. Yeah, that's a good point.
Get them real stressed out before you show them something real spooky.
Yeah, they'd call that a cue.
All right, we're going to call that one a cue.
directional sounds so you can pinpoint.
Yeah, so I'm putting location sounds to give a sense of space.
Directional.
A lot of these things are very similar. When I'm thinking of the weapon sounds.
I haven't seen anyone mention that, but
yeah, like you know,
when you pull your gun out.
Yeah, like I just get a lot of satisfaction out of like, you know, that kind of like reload it kind of sounds like.
V Sills says the small details like creaking floorboards and screams miles away. So the environmental details. Yeah, the changing the ammo.
Yeah, we're going with
weapon sounds.
I'm gonna call it like the sounds of what's in the other space. You know, like storytelling.
Yeah,
storytelling
sounds of further locations.
You'll have to forgive the kind of clunky way I'm putting this in here. Shotgun kaboom! Agreed. 3D audio, you'll love to see it. I mean, accurate sounds like echoes and muffles. You know, we definitely heard in Village, you know, like when you're in a tunnel, you can hear it's like dripping water, you know, or kind of like, this is cool. This is really cool. And the sound design for your character. Yeah, your character sound.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go with this. I don't want to run down the poll too much.
All right.
When it comes to sound design, team.
So what are some of the most effective ways that the sound design works? Is it hearing the footsteps of your character and of Mr. X slowly approaching? Is it the sound cues that tell you something's about to happen, or you got it?
Oh, you got him. It's like the music settles down because you knocked him out, right?
Is it the scary sounds like the...
Yeah, the slobbery kind of teeth gnashing.
Is that kind of thing? Is it the locational sounds that give you a sense of the space, like the dripping of water or the creaking of the floorboards?
Or something's over on your left or something's over on your right?
Mm-hmm. Is it the reloading and the weapon sounds that like very...
That's me. I'm gonna put that in. I'm typing a 5 in the chat. I just love a good...
Is it the storytelling sounds of the next space? So being able to hear like... or like...
or any sound where we put our hand in front of our face.
That means we're in another room.
This is team. When we do this, it means we're in another room. You can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see me.
Yeah.
Now you cannot.
Yeah.
Understand?
Beck and Cheese says music is a really big catalyst for me when it comes to games. Like when you have the suspense for music versus the super emotional music, that makes it always feels really important, especially in horror games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the music is definitely a big part of the sound design. We pulled that separately on the...
Or is it the sounds that your character makes, like, oh God, oh man,
yeah,
okay.
Just so you know, when Amelia and I audition for video game projects, a lot of times they give us a list of efforts, and so we're just recording things that are like, here, let me give you a cue. It's like, medium kick to the face, medium kick to the stomach, heavy kick to the feet. You know, that's what we do for a living. Why? I don't know. Well, I don't know. Okay, so location sounds are clearly a big outlier.
Okay, so the locational sounds.
A kick to the feet is harsh. Don't ever do that to anybody.
Don't step on my toes.
You know, and then there's the efforts. There's a lot like, True Hope. True Hope's back for 44 months. I got a button for that. I got a button for that. Thanks, mods. Thanks, lieutenants. Look at those little floaty boys. Y'all want to cover our screen with some emotes? Go for it. Type an emote in the chat and see if it shows up on the screen. I bet it will.
All right, so definitely the locational sounds that give you a sense of space.
And then the sound cues, starting and stopping engagements, the beginning and end of a kind of encounter.
Did I write sound cues? No.
And then it's scary sounds. Yes. Scary sounds and popcorn floating over my face. And what is this?
It's a snake, Bri.
Yeah. All right, you got the top 3?
Yes. Yes, I got the top 3. Wait, what's the third one? Scary sounds?
Oh, scary sounds. Scary sounds. Sounds of fear. And scene.
All right.
Sound design, and then what was number 3 on that list?
Number 3 was the setting.
All right, team.
So in Resident Evil 2 Remake, we have a couple different settings. We start off outside of the police department, and we have to make it inside. And then we get to the police department, and that has a bunch of like nooks and crannies, little rooms that all have hidden spaces. And then there's that secret space that takes us down into the sewers.
Oh, yeah.
And then once we're down in the sewers, we find the
umbrella. And we get to the laboratory.
Yeah.
Right? Is that where it goes?
The umbrella lab.
Laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
Umbrella laboratory. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, so we start off in Raccoon City. Yeah, you got it. So we start off in Raccoon City, then we go to the police station, then into secret tunnels, into the sewers, and the umbrella laboratory.
Is there anything else I forgot? Oh, the incinerator?
Isn't that in the laboratory?
No, that's like down in the
garage
There's
levels.
like this the garage.
Oh, and the orphanage.
Oh.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That stressed me out.
Okay, parking garage. That's with all the dogs in the parking garage. Mm-hmm. And what was the last one?
Orphanage. Oh no, the orphanage, yeah.
Oh man, I remember that with that.
I remember that too.
Old EP
Hey,
creeps.
Persephone18, welcome back for 19 months.
Hey, thank you, Persephone. Thank you for your support. And Clomo, back for 31 months.
What?
I'm going to use this as a moment towards the end of the stream. If we have a little extra time, we did get some mail here, and I want to just let you know that I received it.
Yep,
that we'll open at the end of the stream. Clomo and Vesh and everybody.
All right.
Lisa Bubbles, welcome back for 21 months. When it comes to your favorite setting in Resident Evil 2, is it, number 1, the police station? Number 2, Raccoon City itself, which could include the encounter at the gas station kind of approaching. 3, the secret tunnel. I know there's a couple secret tunnels, but
there's like that one that you have to get all 4 of the...
You put the medallions into.
Police station.
Number 4, is anybody's favorite the sewer? Is anybody's favorite the sewer?
I personally really didn't like
that place creeped me out and ruined my afternoon every time. Number 4 is the sewer. Number 5 is Umbrella Laboratory, because we learn a lot about the story in Umbrella Laboratory. Mm-hmm. Incinerator. Parking garage. Hard to get hyped for the parking garage where you don't have the keys and the dogs are attacking. Or number 8 is the orphanage, the most impactful. Very interesting. The sewer was better in the OG. How so? What made it? What do you miss about it in the remake? All opinions are welcome here, team. Does not have to be a love fest. We can share our favorite things and it's just less annoying. All right, there you go. Yeah, the sewer croc. Ooh, that guy is intense. It's the police station. I mean, it's like the first third of the game.
I mean, that's where the majority of the game takes place. I agree.
Is it a majority though, or is it? I mean, I feel like it's less than half.
I felt like we were in the police station for the majority of the time.
Team, are we in the police station for more or less than half?
And then we went down into the sewers, and the last like big epic chapter was in the Umbrella Laboratory.
Yo, it's iconic.
It's about half.
It's a little 50-60%.
50-60%.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we have first the police station, and then number 2 is the lab.
Yeah. Oh.
And then what's number 3?
I mean, I'm gonna call it it's the orphanage.
Yeah, but barely.
Not really. I mean, compared to the other ones, the orphanage is. It's worth mentioning that because are you playing as the little girl there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stressful.
Oh. Okay. So, what do we love about the police station?
Yeah. What is so special about the police station map and stuff in RE2 Remake?
Yeah. Maybe this is just one we discussed without a poll.
Personally, the thing that, the map design and the puzzle design.
Okay.
Map and puzzle. I like that you start off with the whole map, right? And then, but once you
have to find maps. You get one of the first maps like right away, right? But then later in the story, you get like the map to the sewer. or the map to the first level of the, you get another map that shows you like the upstairs, right? You don't start off with all of the map. It gets kind of unveiled to you.
I don't remember, actually. Can someone confirm or deny? Do you see the whole map, or does it slowly unveil itself to you?
You get the west side first of the first floor, and then the whole first floor.
You find maps. Okay, so
you find maps, and it progresses more and more.
Find maps. And then I saw a lot of people talking about the scale of when you first come in to when you first step into the police station.
And I'm going to add to that unusual rooms. Mm-hmm. Because it's like one thing to go into a police station and it's just like all the things you expect, but like I did not expect like a bell tower, or the clock tower, like that kind of stuff. To me, goes a long way. Like a library in a police department.
So Anita says a police station is an environment where you should be safe, so it's a really good contrast to have it be a very unsafe space.
It was a converted museum. Mm-hmm. That's why. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's why.
So it has unusual design.
Right. Yeah, to me that was really... also, like, I want to be in a place like that. Mm-hmm. I want to be in a place like that. It was set in 1998, so the old computers.
So the kind of stepping into another time, essentially?
Yeah, I'm going to put older technology because I actually really like it when stories take place in a time before cell phones or without cell phones, so that you have to, like, solve the problem of getting help. Mm-hmm. Because it's just too easy. Like every TV show on the CW, it's like, hold on, let me text somebody, let me call somebody, let me text somebody.
Yeah.
You're not watching anyone do anything.
Yeah. So Shining again says that the use of the safe spaces and how the developers convert the player's expectation of the main hall as a safe space, and then it's not safe. So taking areas that you think are safe and then pulling out the rug and being like, psych, run away.
Yeah, that's a really, really good piece.
And then also the unique puzzles.
Okay.
Maybe we can do a separate thing on the puzzles, because I think that could have a whole...
survival items.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to pull with these ones, because I got 8 here. Yo, thank you for joining. We're grateful for you.
Oh, yeah, finding shortcuts.
Ooh, I wish I had shortcuts on this list.
Shortcuts. It's okay.
We know that we like shortcuts.
Okay, so what are some of your favorite things about the police station as an environment? Is it the map design and how you're constantly finding new pieces of the map that opens up the space for you? Is it the puzzle design, how you have to go from one place to find the key to open this door to get inside that chest?
I love that part. Mm-hmm. I'm putting that for me.
Is it the scale of the environment, how when you come in, it's like this big epic space and then you're in these tight little tunnels and all of that? Is it the unusual rooms, like finding spaces that you wouldn't expect? Is it
like the clock tower and the library and things that are just like, they're not...
Yeah.
They're not unreal, they're just unusual.
The fact that it used to be a museum, so it has this sense of grandeur and history and something that came before. Is it the older technology, like the old computers and stuff? Oh, and the safe spaces with the typewriters where if you go in there and you save, you're going to be fine. Or is it the survival items that you find throughout? Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of love. Thank you all for your input. This is really fascinating to get your good intel on this list. Thank you all. You can vote for 1 and 5. Sure, go for it. You like the backtracking. Okay, Astro the Goose, that's an interesting thing. I think that one of the things I like about the police station the most is that I get a growing familiarity with it, so that eventually when I find a door that has to have a certain kind of key, I go, oh, I know where that was. That was back in this place. And I didn't have enough room in my inventory, and now I got to go back and get it.
Yeah.
Right? Or when you kind of connect the dots between two.
The little hidden spots in the Easter eggs that you find. You get to know it. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you have a sense of familiarity. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Being able to go back and open new areas or solve puzzles. So like once you get into something and you're like, this is the key I've been looking for. And now I have to go all the way back to the East Wing But Mr. X is there.
Yeah, I see. Shining is saying it could go wrong if it's not done well, because it could get repetitive or redundant. Like, the thing about Resident Evil 2, anyway, is that like a lot of the spaces that I went through, if I went through them again, I was at least gonna go out a different way. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like I felt like I was going in the same block of map. It was like, oh, I have to go back in this room I've been in before, but to get through it to the other side, like all the locked, unlocked stuff.
Yeah.
What's up, Selene? Thanks for joining. If anybody else is new here, feel free to shout yourself out. Welcome to Games Club.
So the backtracking has to have a purpose.
Yeah, and True Hope saying that the inventory management is an added extra puzzles throughout the whole game because you have to be more strategic about how you're keeping your stuff together.
Yeah.
Okay, and Drossius is saying, one thing I personally don't like is when I have to go back to a place that I thought I was already done with. So let's talk about the map design and the puzzle design, because those are the ones that are winning right now. The map design is brilliant. Because it's a simple thing, but the color changing to know that there's still stuff to find in that room sends me back. Like, I'm willing to go back, and I really like knowing that that room is all blue now and I don't need to go in there.
Yeah, you like seeing that you've cleared a room, that it changes color. Okay, so
map design wins, but just barely over puzzle design, and I think we all kind of agree they're sort of hand in hand, you know?
So changing colors once a room has been cleared. When room is cleared. So it's visual clues that let you know that you're moving forward.
Right.
How it updates.
Yeah, with the updates, I see Black Talons is saying about how, like, when you can see a door is unlocked and now you can move through there. I really appreciated that I didn't have to, like, run around like an idiot all the time, that I could literally open a map and then for a second go, oh, we can get through there. Or like, no, that's not going to work, instead of running and getting stuck.
Oh, wait, I have to say, PSN, Frankenstein's math teacher, loves us. Hello.
Hey, math teacher.
Hi.
Thanks for the mats.
Thank you.
Arithmetic. So, Lilia Program says, backtracking can work as long as the player is introduced to new areas. If you're trapped in one place, it could drive you crazy. Travel in one maze, explore it, and then go to another. I do think that's true. I personally get really frustrated when I can't go places in a game unless the game explains why I can't go there.
Yeah.
You know?
Pardon my appearance says that they loved the map, but they couldn't stop thinking that no architect would ever design a layout like that. Unless they were trying to hide something.
That's a good question. How important is it to you that it's realistic? Or are you okay? Does it sit okay in your mind if you're in like a fantastical place that just wouldn't make any sense, like, realistically? It used to be a museum and the safe spaces. I think the safe spaces thing is important. The typewriter room thing where you go back to save, or you know that you're able to kind of like get out of dodge for a split second. A lot of people are saying doesn't depends on the game, depends on the genre as far as how realistic they want it to be. And Delana Willis, welcome back for 2 months. Appreciate you. N7 Roberto, welcome back for 27 months. Zaldriz is back for 14 months. And Mew Memento, my friend, back for 26 months with a question. Saying, do we have favorite settings in horror games in terms of what is the most chill or the most horrifying or unsettling one? I mean, what's the most unsettling environment in any Resident Evil game ever? Am I going to regret asking this? I'm going to ask it.
I know where it is for me.
Okay, pop quiz, everybody. What is the most unsettling setting in any Resident Evil game?
Baby room.
The baby room.
The baby room, being chased down those long hallways by that baby and hearing it in the distance, doing the sound design of the environmental storytelling, knowing that something bad is coming. The fetus is going to eat us. I don't know. I think the sewers were, the sewers were hellacious for me, and also the giant like blobfish in Village. In the kind of sewer type situation. I just don't like sewer situations, team. I want to be above ground. The dollhouse was spooky. I did have a growing sense of dread throughout the dollhouse, but honestly, I think we got through that one real fast. Surprisingly.
We did all right.
Yeah.
We did all right. We used our bravery while we could. I'm gonna put this one away for the police station.
Yeah.
What was our other
Puzzles.
Puzzles.
Okay, so let's talk about the puzzles because I feel like that is, aside from shooting the infected,
LES or ELS, team? I'm not a speller.
I think that's right.
That looks good, right?
Yeah,
That's how you spell that word? Fine.
Puzzles, yeah.
I'm gonna say puzzles and maps.
Puzzles.
Sure.
Puzzles was a very large part of the gameplay for this game, and a lot of it took place around finding endowed objects, like special objects that you needed in order to move through certain rooms. So you'd have to go somewhere to find a certain key to unlock something else.
Yeah. All right.
So what was your favorite thing about the puzzles?
Yeah, I'm saying, what makes an awesome Resident Evil puzzle? It motivates the player to explore. Nice. I love these ideas. What else do you love about the puzzles?
Motivates player to explore.
When it makes you think and it makes you feel smart.
Makes feel smart.
Makes feel smart. Makes feel smart. Trial and error. That's a real thing. Especially with those the chess pieces in the breaker switches. Oh my god.
Having prompts if you get stuck on a puzzle so you don't get frustrated.
Okay. Prompts or clues to help. I see subtle hints that aren't obscure. But it is obscured, so you don't know. It's like
subtle hints, so you don't feel like you're being fed it to you.
I'm gonna call that prompts or clues, but yeah, we'll call that hints.
Test your abstract thinking outside of the box.
Okay. Ooh, multiple puzzles connected into one. I think that's a big part of Resident Evil because it's not like you can just do one thing and then it's puzzled. It's a lot of you got to get part of a thing to go back and do some of the puzzles, or puzzles that repeat with a new twist. That's a nice one.
Yeah. Puzzles that repeat with new twist. All right. I'm curious, what do you think about having to go to different locations in order to find a key? Let's say the different keys, how you'd have to go someplace in order to find, travel the map in order to find the key to then get back to open up the door. What are you...
I'm going to call that objects as keys. Objects as
keys.
Keys, find and retrieve.
It could be tedious. That's true.
Yeah, I'm throwing this up here. What makes an awesome Resident Evil puzzle? Is it that it, 1, motivates the player to explore? Number 2, makes you think and feel smart when you get it? Number 3, trial and error. Number 4, prompts or clues that could help you, hints, environmental hints, or something you pick up along the way. 5, it requires you to think outside of the box, something where it's not so direct as a basic puzzle, but you got to step back from it and look at it new. We got multiple puzzles that are connected or kind of daisy-chained together. Puzzles that repeat, but with a new twist. So something where you're like, oh, I know how to do this, but I need to do it in a different way.
Slightly different way, yeah.
Or number 8, objects as keys that you need to find and retrieve.
That also creates some backtracking where you have to go back and I have to get this in order to open this, and voila.
I see Vishali makes a good point about having different tempos of stress or tension so that you're not always... under duress, about to die or be exploded or something, it makes you think and feel smart, motivates the player to explore, and multiple puzzles connected, thinking outside the box. Those are the ones that are winning right about now. This is awesome. Help, team. Thank you for the intel. Let's keep going with maybe one more Resident Evil 2 poll.
Yeah.
And then, oh, good God, no. GG Nick D is here, team. GG means good God, Nick. What's your pun for us today, boy? What have you got? sneaking in here right before the hydration break with a pun, I'm sure.
He's here.
It's time for a pun. Nick, what's your favorite part of the Resident Evil puzzles? What is it? And I hope your pun is related to it. All right, I'm gonna pause this one.
Okay, so the top one here, it looks to be the ones that make you think and feel smart.
Uh-oh, Nick says French fries weren't cooked in France.
Nah.
They were cooked in Greece.
I like that one.
They were cooked in Greece.
5 stars. 5 stars.
Stream's over.
Okay.
There it is. Okay.
So
it makes you think, and the feeling of satisfaction that comes after you get the puzzle is the thing. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
And then it motivates the player to explore.
Uh-huh.
Which I think connects to a lot of these other things. Multiple puzzles connected or chained together. GG, Nick D. GG. GG, Nick D.
And then thinking outside the box.
Yep.
So it seems that the objects and keys are not as hyped.
I think that they are. That's a way of describing some of this other stuff, because all of these puzzles have to do with finding objects as keys and using them to open up areas. I mean, that's pretty much the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Virtual reality.
Virtual reality. Thank you.
How can we celebrate you? We got a plethora of buttons.
Do you want sparkles? Do you want fire? Do you want?
What are you feeling?
You want?
What are you feeling?
Glass? Do
you want me to smash my face into a pan of glass?
Fire.
Okay, fire from the sides or fire from the bottom?
Both.
Just kidding. Both! Fire from below! Yes! Asir Frey, what's going on? Welcome back for 8 months, and thank you, Virtual, for the gift subs. More fire from the sides. Fire from the sides! Ah! Thank you, Virtual. We super appreciate your gift sub love.
And Asir, thank you for being here for 8 months.
Thank you. We're going to take a 5-minute hydration break, my friends, just to kind of refresh. And then we're going to come back in at it, and we'll talk about Resident Evil Village. And unpack the more contemporary Resident Evil. Resident Evil 8, I believe that counts as. By the way...
Wait. We didn't talk about characters.
Okay, we're going to come back and talk about characters, and then we'll move to Village.
Yes.
And then we'll migrate to that.
Yeah, we have to talk about the characters in Resident Evil.
We have to.
Remake, and then we'll talk about Village.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
You got it. And I should tell you a couple of little quick things. We got a super cool umbrella prize. This is an umbrella macrame made by our friend Tracy. ! Macrame in the chat. We're going to give it as a prize to those of you hanging out with us. And we are going to say what up. Our subscribers get 5 times entry, and our gift sub givers get 10. So thank you very much for your support on our stream. We really appreciate it. Where's that guy going? And then I got to tell you about our other Resident Evil is just today's Games Club, Amelia.
Yes.
More
Well, our
Games Club
next
are coming
Games
up.
Club is going to be Until Dawn. So if you like spooky things and bending narratives, we want to talk about Until Dawn with you. Then on February 18th, we're going to do our Games Club about Horizon Zero Dawn, talking about the open world story games. And on March 4th, we're going to be talking about Life is Strange,
Yep.
all of them.
Which is worth mentioning that we are going to be playing next Friday the good old Frozen Wilds DLC of Horizon as we build up to Forbidden West starting on February 20th. And Saturday and Sunday, both tomorrow and the next day, are going to be Mass Effect 3. We're doubling up on the good old Mass Effect. Super stoked about it.
Yes.
Handy capable.
Hey, thank you very much for the gift sub to Lila Program.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here with us. And if you guys would like, we're going to take a 5-minute break. But if you want to check it out, our playthrough of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Village are available up on our YouTube channel, ! RE2 or ! RE8 in the chat. We'll get you the link if anybody wants to bookmark those for later.
Yas.
All right, team, we're going to take 5 minutes. Go get yourself a snack or some water or stretch a little bit, and we will see you in
5.
5.
Click.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
If you enjoyed that song as much as I do,
Yeah.
and Amelia does,
Yeah.
let's buy our buddy Lo! ! LO in the chat. We'll get you to Lo the Music Man. He makes music on Twitch with his awesome community and shares it with us here for our hydration break.
And he also just released a brand new EP called Synthetic Dawn, and it's got the hype.
! EP. There it is. Thank you,
Yes.
Amidala. Thank you again to our awesome moderators. Can I say, I really appreciate you. Thanks, mods.
Click.
Thanks, lieutenants. We hug you.
Oh, yeah. Let's get some mod love.
Oh, it's so beautiful, all that mod love. We really do
love
appreciate
it.
you.
Love to see it.
Crystallized Faith is back for 4 months, and Mooney Barton for 11. Whoa.
Whoa.
Barry is back for 7 months, and Dark Haven's back for 2. I see Shaz Photobomb back for 5 months, and my buddy Cosmic Georgie back for 19 months. 19 months! Tendy's Yes is back for 3. Shopman's here with their Prime. Deviant Badger's here for 40 months.
What?
Ooh, Illicities is back for 2 months, and TC Gamer 04 back for 15. Thank you for hanging out with us, my friends.
So, we are talking right now about Resident Evil 2 Remake specifically, and we have asked you what makes it so awesome. And your answer, dear friends, was its atmosphere, its spookiness, and the characters. And then talking about the atmosphere, the thing that you loved the most was the unknown and the unseen. The build-up and the anticipation of what you fear could be out there.
Right.
And then the vision limitation and not being able to see everything around you. Second, you loved the sound design, which made things just extra
Gotta have good sound.
Specifically the locational sounds and the sound cues and the scary sounds in the distance. And then you also loved the settings, specifically the police station. And what was so cool about the police station was how it had these different maps and the different puzzles and how you had safe spaces, but not really.
Not for long. Not for long.
And so next I want to talk, and then we talked about puzzles, and the puzzles that you liked the most were the ones that make you feel smart and make you think, followed by ones that motivate you to explore the space, and multiple puzzles that are connected together that make you think outside of the box. So, next I want to talk about our characters in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And, obviously we have Claire and we have Leon.
Gotta have Claire, gotta have Leon.
And each of them have different paths. So instead of having one character that could have different paths, you have 2 characters and each of them will take you in a different direction depending on who you choose to play as.
Right.
Which I think is something unique about this game.
It is. Who else are your favorite characters in Resident Evil 2? Shout them out. We will be moving into some, side characters. Let's see. Who do we got? Leon.
Mr. X.
Mr. X. Mr. X is the big guy.
And Ada.
Lumbering. Oh, yeah. Ada. I remember Ada. Ada was dressed to kill.
She was. Lots of love for Ada.
Oh, Marvin!
Lieutenant Marvin.
We love Marvin. Marvin's at the police station.
Yes.
And you gotta hope he doesn't turn zombie. Who else do we have?
Dr. Birkin.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh, Dr. Birkin. That's a tragedy there. And Carlos? We got Carlos. And who's the little kid?
Sherry.
Sherry baby.
Okay, so let's talk about these characters. Which one were your favorites? Did you love Claire? Did you love Leon?
Who do you love the most?
Mr. X, Ada, Marvin, Dr. Birkin, Carlos, or Sherry baby?
Let me know. I put the poll up just as I asked what's Sherry's name, so Sherry was off to a strong lead, but Leon's taking it over. And Mage Son, thank you for being here for a whole year.
Ooh,
Valhalla is back for 7 months. Touch ZU is back for 32. And Rustical Fox, thank you for the gifts to Katie Benz, by the by.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for anybody who tuned in from Katie Benz's stream that's still here. Thanks for hanging out with us and for following along. Marvin was the lieutenant at the police department that we
one
meet
who died
in the first place. He's not infected at the beginning, but then we come back to him and he is.
He is, yeah.
He does get infected. PS Switch, thank you for being PS Witch. Thank you for being here for 3 months. And Plinkety for 26. I see Alyssa is here for 34 months. Agent Storm's here with their Prime. Toshter and Any Keyboards, thank you for the cheers. So, Leon, Claire, and
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Those are your top 3.
Those are the top 3. Anybody else wants to vote? Now's your chance to do so. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, friends, what is so awesome about Leon?
What's so great about Leon?
Let's get into him.
into his mind.
Let's get into his mind. Yeah.
Let's get into your mind about what is so great about Leon.
That he's a rookie.
Oh, he's got good hair. He's hot.
He's hot.
He's got good hair and he's hot.
Okay.
He looks good. He has a cool name. He's hot.
He's hot, and he's a rookie. How much he advances through the game.
Nice. Character arc.
Character arc and development.
Ooh, we like that he's an underdog.
Underdog.
That he's skilled.
Underdog, Amelia. Dog, there we go.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull these. I'm just going to shout him out.
That he cares about others.
He shows up hungover on his first day. Yeah, what a rough first day, too. I do think that him being the first day on the job, him new to the environment is good. Because that explains why he's got to look around for everything. Like, we don't have any playable characters that are experts in the locations. Right?
Yeah.
Honda Capable, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. And Magnolia Sims, thanks for subscribing. Some of his dialogue you like.
His romance.
He's so hot in all caps with lots of O's.
He's ready to do. Oh, he has some humor.
Funny dialogue. Yeah, he's got some good quips. Some one-liners. Relatable. His determination to save everyone.
Determination. So he has a big heart.
Calm and complicated. Gas Mask Jane, welcome back for 4 months. And Chris O Games, thank you for the cheers. He looks good in a uniform. Also good hair. Good talk, team. Good talk. We're starting to loop on the he's attractive thing.
So maybe that's a top thing. Having a character that you're attracted to makes you want to spend time with them.
Couldn't hurt. Speaking of, Claire.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about Claire? What are the things that stand out about Claire as a great character in the Resident Evil games? What is it?
Idealist.
Fire, he says they're pretty and badass.
Pretty and badass.
Claire is pretty and badass. Driven. She's driven. She cares for someone that she just met. Right? Little Sherry.
Yeah.
Determination. Her heart. She's headstrong and fierce. She can also be funny.
Just met. Determination.
Yeah, Kalos likes that they're not crazily competent at everything. I do think that's really good, that you don't really want to be, an expert. Like, if your character is... If your character's an expert at the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is a very, very good thing. She's not too OP.
Oh, everyone thinks she's going to get into trouble, but she
holds her own?
Yeah. So people second guess her. Or maybe people underestimate her.
Which I guess is the same thing with Leon. Right? They both... who feels like they're, totally equipped for a zombie apocalypse situation? Nobody, so I guess that's relatable because you also, as the player, feel a little clueless, a little bit lost. She's compassionate. And Zia, thank you for the greetings from Poland. Hello for 18 months. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm seeing that a combination of both, that they're not quite competent, so they're new at something. Both of them are new to the environment. They're not experts.
Yeah, Hinto says she rises to the occasion.
Yeah, so both Leon and Claire are new to their surroundings, and they're not quite experts, but they have an arc of badassness as they journey through this. They both care about other people. They are both determined with big hearts.
Emo says that she gives second chances.
Oh, yeah.
I see that she outsmarts the other characters, which is very cool. We have not played RE4 in VR. No, we have not. I don't know if we're going to play in VR. Have you played Resident Evil in VR? I want to pull it. Have you played a RE game in VR? Yes. No. Let me know. Let me know. And I'm going to switch the topic up to Mr. X.
Yes. All right.
So what are our favorite things about Mr. X? Besides the fedora? Is it just the fedora? Very briefly, he's buff. His footsteps, his trench coat, he's menacing. He gonna give it to you? Also hot. A bunch of thirsty folks here today. Y'all forgot the hydration break was only a minute ago.
So he has dead eye. Okay, so his outfit. Emotionless.
Emotionless. He never truly stops chasing you. Yeah, he's like a locomotive. Like, he just keeps coming and going. Unkillable vibes. Mysterious, unrelenting force. Hard to kill. It is fun to have an opponent that's like real. All right, seems like most of us have not done a VR game.
Yeah.
But 12% of us have played Resident Evil in VR.
He's relentless but predictable.
He is so effective if you get panicked. I like that. He's foreboding, his eeriness. Tall dude.
Eerie.
Yeah.
He feels inevitable.
I am inevitable. Unstoppable. Run rather than confront. Yeah, I think that is kind of fun. That you have to, like, skedaddle. You know? Your option is not really, like...
you can't face him until the very end.
Maybe that's what makes it so satisfying, huh? Is that you can't get him until...
You can.
Uh-huh. He induces panic. It's a gray Thanos. He moves faster if you shoot off his hat. Is that true? He moves faster if you shoot off his hat?
That he stops chasing you when you get into the safe room. Okay, so you have a safe space. He makes navigation complicated.
Yes. Fun ghost stool. That's very good. Very good. Fearless and unrelenting. Was there another character on your list you wanted to pull, or who is number 4?
No, those are the
top ones.
Yeah.
Right? So should we switch to
Village?
Resident Evil Village. It's Village time, team. So we're gonna go back to the very top when it comes to Resident Evil Village. Let's talk. Yeah, he doesn't like it when his fedora's gone. Let's talk about what are the greatest things. The best thing about Village.
Hey, Reagan Key, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Come on in. Welcome to Games Club.
The tall vamp lady and the lore. Okay, so the characters.
The villains.
Villains. The lore. A lot of backstories. That they're all hot. The locations. Yeah, the locations in Village are very different from each other. And the combat.
So the combat.
How Ethan heals himself.
The isolated environment.
So maybe the main character, Ethan.
Okay.
His motivation to save his daughter. Boss fights. The mystery.
First person perspective.
All right. I think that it seems to be villains, and there is quite a few villains. There is Lady D.
We can get into characters in particular after.
Then there's the lore, which is how this place came to be. There's the locations, the combat, and Ethan.
Let's pull it.
Okay. So which ones do you think are the best things about Resident Evil Village? Is it number 1, the lore and how these villains came to be at this village? Is it the characters that are going after us, all of the villains that we face? Is it the combat, how we evade these villains? Is it the isolated environment and how we go to very different places? There is the castle, there is the dollhouse, there is the fish pond, there's the death house, there's the factory. Is it Ethan Winters as a playable character? Is it that first person perspective? Is it how the mystery kind of unfolds as you go through, or the different puzzle? Okay, that seems pretty clear.
It's very clear.
It's about that.
The people have spoken. The people like these characters going after us.
The villains are the number one thing.
The villains. The villains are coming for us, and the lore.
Yeah.
Followed by the isolated environment and the mystery unfolding.
Mm-hmm. So it feels a little bit like Ethan himself is more of a side character, even though we play as Ethan. It is more about the characters that we face as Ethan.
Interesting. Team, this is interesting. Do you think it's because of the perspective?
Maybe, because you never see him.
Do you think it's we don't have as much of a feeling about Ethan Winters, the playable character in this game, because we are Ethan Winters' point of view? But when we can see Leon and we can see Claire and how capable, but not perfectly capable, and hot they are, is it about that?
I mean, I do think that if you can see someone's face, then you can you can relate to them in a different way than if they're just like a, you know.
Or is it that in Village, all of the characters that are coming after us just overshadow Ethan because they're such
characters.
Yeah, they're such characters.
You enjoy Ethan's lore, but you figured that tied more into the lore in general. Okay, so he was a piece in the puzzle. Okay. It's more that we are the main character instead of controlling the main character.
Right.
The third person is more immersive than the first person, ironically. Yeah, because it felt less personal to play as Ethan. Ethan was the least interesting character because we are...
To them, to this
because
person.
we're...
She's, just for clarity, Amelia's reading these things, not just
to
saying
Pascal saying that because they were, you know... we were projecting ourselves onto him.
Well, I'm gonna pause the poll here. It's clearly the characters going after us. So, should we get into who are our favorite ones to chase us? Mm-hmm. It's basically what this is. It's chasey chase. It's chasey chase. This is flirting on the playground and you know.
But with death.
Flirting with death.
Yeah.
Flirting with death. Puppet Cur. Can I give you an old-fashioned hug, Pup?
Thank you.
Thank you, Puppet Cur. Appreciate the gift subgroup hug. Thank you very kindly. And let's get some more love for those mods. Thank you, mods. And shout it out. I mean, I know your favorite's going to be Lady D.
Flirting with death.
Who is your favorite character?
Well, let's just talk about Lady D because she clearly is the favorite.
Okay.
So let's just start with her. Why is she and her daughters, because they're kind of a group together, what makes them so special?
Yeah, all right, let's do that. I'm going to put up...
She's hot. Okay. Sexy.
I'm going to make this... We'll just discuss this as the whole family Dimitrescu.
Mm-hmm. You don't know, she's hot. She's hot. She's big. Big and hot.
What's big about her?
Vampire. So
what in particular? She has class.
Class?
Code likes that she's got class.
She's powerful.
Bazongas. That's a good way of putting it. Toad?
Devotion to daughters.
Yeah, the vampire vibes. But not truly too vampire. It's even more than that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we're saying this is a spoiler-safe zone.
She's regal.
Isn't she a dragon?
She is dragon.
She's not a vampire. She's a dragon team. We gotta talk about this.
But a dragon vampire.
She's a blood-drinking dragon. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. She loves her daughters so much. Her voice. The fashion sense. So just the way she looks. A lot of it is her character design. Dragons are hot. Yeah. Mysterious.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Her insults are funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, she's like so of another world and time and like...
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, team. When we got to that end of that game and we were dealing with like modern warfare type, like, you know, night vision goggles and machine guns and stuff, my mind was blown. I was convinced that I was in, like, you know, a village.
Yeah.
Like a medieval kind of timeline. Her bickering with Heisenberg is fun.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a queen. She's like a queen.
Okay, so she's a strong female character.
Easy to spot as the bad guy. Very clearly coming after you. Very definitely not a friend.
So there's, okay, it seems that the combination of sexy and powerful and terrifying is really attractive and makes her an extra special character because she is going to kill you and wants to kill you, but she's also attractive. And
so can I take that a step further and say that it's that you don't want to get caught, but you kind of want to get caught? Is it that?
The way she walks after you?
Right?
Yeah, I think
mean,
it is.
Because it's kind of like when Mr. X is coming, you're like, you really don't want him to get you. But it's different. It's different with Lady D. You're like,
you kind of do,
okay.
But then you lose a hand.
And then and then you're down to the old pincer, you know?
Yeah.
Yo, Kingmaker, thank you for subscribing to our channel, Kingmaker9. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Kingmaker.
Kingmaker, thank you for being here.
Okay, yeah. So I think you're correct. It's the cat and mouse, but next level.
Okay.
Cat.
Yep.
And
Hype.
mouse.
Hype.
Nice.
So, okay, I'm gonna look up the 4 houses.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Just because I'm never gonna be able to spell these off the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing that's the most exciting about Lady D as the villain, as the main villain, as she's actually not the main villain, but as a villain, is that she's sexy, she's big, she's vampiric, she's powerful, she has a strong devotion and love for her daughters. She's regal and has a mystery behind her, all of these flies that are all around the house. She's also funny, and she's of another time, and she's easy to spot, and she wants to catch you.
And you want to be caught.
But you also don't, because you die.
You're like, no, don't catch me. But it's a video game. It's okay. I can totally reload it if you catch me. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
And Missy Lou, thank you for being here and subscribing as well, Missy Lou 33. Let's talk about House Bienaviento. House Bienaviento was Donna Bienaviento, which was the Dollhouse Creepy Town USA.
Dollhouse.
Dollhouse Creepy Town USA. To me, the fetus who was going to eat us was easily...
Was that in that house? I literally...
Yes,
okay.
That was it, right? The fetus who was going to eat us was in the dollhouse, right? I'm not... Very unsettling. Very unsettling indeed. Mm-hmm. That was the scariest part of the game. The puzzles were great. The puzzles, oh man! And
I remember the puzzles.
Well, do you remember the?
Oh yes. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. We had to go and we had to get.
There was like that doll. We were taking the different pieces out of the doll.
Yeah.
And we were going around the room with it.
Hide and seek. Hide and seek.
Yeah, the pacing made it super tense.
Pacing. Puzzles. Searching in doll.
A lot of psychological horror vibes. Escape room vibes. Okay, here's a question. Escape rooms. Love them, leave them. And if you've never done an escape room, it's a little bit like a themed haunted house where there's a story to it. You're looking through clues in the environment, and you and maybe a group of friends are, working together to solve the problem in real life. This is a thing people did before global pandemics. Love them. Of course you do. This crew loves an escape room. Mm-hmm. Loves an escape room. If
you've never done one, would you be interested in doing one? Or you're like, nah, that's not for me?
I like them. I've done it twice. I think that the story really matters. Like, what's the premise? Like, I don't want to be... Didn't you do one where a cannibal was going to eat you and you didn't like it?
Yes.
Like, I don't want a Saw universe? No, Debo, no. No, I couldn't handle a Saw one. I would have to have like a mild PG-13.
See, I didn't know the theme of the escape room when I went in. It was someone's birthday and they just, decided that's where we're going to go. And then we realized, oh, cannibals.
Happy birthday, cannibals. Mm-hmm. Hey, Card Coda, welcome back for 4 months, Card.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks for being here. Okay, I have one more question in the same veins of escape rooms. I would rather escape away, right? Mm-hmm. Or venture Toward.
Or maybe
Like a treasure hunt. I know this is kind of tricky, but as a character motivation in a game, do you like to be going towards something that you're trying to find, solve, save, or stop? Or are you trying to escape something that's coming for you? Like an escape room vibe would definitely be that first one. Or in the second case would be like a treasure hunt or a scavenger hunt.
I felt a little bit like Lady Dimitrescu's house was a more of the venturing towards because you were looking for things versus the dollhouse, which felt more like you were escaping the fetus and the little the ever eye.
Shit out of me. I have this horrible image in my mind.
Towards
the fetus. So loud, coming right towards me. Okay, you like venturing towards, but the escape thing is real. That's a 80% towards is good. I mean, that's a little on the play the positive tip. I mean, it's kind of the question. I see a lot of you in the chat saying both, though.
Yeah.
So I think there's a good number of you who would have chosen a both option.
So maybe that's also what makes Resident Evil so cool, Village particularly, is that you have both. And depending on which house set you're in, because each house has a very different set of rules and very different environments. It feels very different. And each of the villains that are chasing you in each of the houses have very different things that are driving them or puzzles that they throw in your way. It's not all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dollhouse Donna, I feel like as a character, what makes that character?
Well, she
kind of is.
She never comes for us directly, though.
Yeah,
that's like the biggest difference between like Heisenberg comes for us, the Fish comes for us, Dimitrescu's coming after us too, but not here.
No.
Bienaviento is like
she speaks through the doll.
Mind games. Oh God. Yeah, the hiding spots. There's kind of a hide and seek kind of a vibe going on. And hallucinations.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, you want to do the next house, team?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this is house, what is it? Moreno?
Morio?
Salvatore. All
right. And I thought he really broke my heart. I wanted to be his friend, but then he wanted to eat us.
Hey, Jujo, welcome. Come on in. Yeah, Salvatore, poor him.
So there was something kind of tragic about him. He was tragic.
He was like he was like the Hephaestus archetype, you know, like the one who's he is manipulative.
Fish, yeah.
He was manipulative. He was a bad fish. He really tried to kill us.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't.
But in a creepy, nice
really
way.
Want to. So Noah Ark has a cool insight saying the villains also offer different flavors of horror. Lady D resembles the slasher type. Donna was obviously the psychological. Moreau was more of the body horror, while Heisenberg was much more of an action sci-fi. Yeah,
that is very astute. That is very astute.
She was slasher.
Yeah, Fishman was sad.
He was
sympathy. It elicited sympathy, I see, from Toby.
Psychological. And then body horror.
He was relatable, says Hyrule Shelbs. He wanted to be accepted and of someone who he viewed as his genuine mother. Yeah, he was a sad man.
Looking for acceptance.
Oh, this is interesting. Snick Urs has some trivia for us that his name is a throwback to the book of The Island of Dr. Moreau, which is an evil doctor transforming animals into humans, which results in gruesome monsters. Oy, oy, oy. Is that the theme of this kind of like experimentation is pretty strong in the Resident Evil franchise, right? I mean, that's true of Resident Evil 2. That's definitely going on in Village. Is that through line for those of you who've played many Resident Evil games? Is that a consistent theme? And Dino Man, it's Dechart. You can say Dechart like a
deck of hearts.
A deck of hearts. Deck of cards, and they're all hearts. So you're sitting on the deck and you're making some art.
So Dechart. You could feel his humanity.
Yeah. Umbrella Corp. That's right. Here we are. Umbrella Corp. This is our prize made by our friend Tracy. It's a little umbrella macrame.
Could feel his humanity.
Ellie Williams' wife, thank you for being here. You're not late, you're right on time. For anybody who's just joining, we're doing our games club, exploring the games that we love the most, and Amelia and I are really into the Resident Evil games. Really surprised that we are, but we absolutely totally loved them, and we're looking to find out why. What is it that we love so much about it?
Yeah, we're talking about the games that we love the most, trying to get to the core of what makes them so special, we are going into game development. We're developing a video game, and we want to take the things that you love and we love the most from our favorite games to bring into our game.
Yeah, the main thing is trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work in a video game. Because sometimes you play a game and you're like, oh, that was a really cool idea. I just don't know if it worked. So, what up, Carfat? How you doing? Thanks for being here. Thank you very much for subscribing.
All right. So, Moreau, the things that you loved the most about him was that he was tragic, he was relatable, he was looking for acceptance, he had some serious mommy issues. You could feel his more humanity, and he was an outcast. All right.
Should we get back to last but not least?
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg is going to die.
And he did.
That was my favorite part, is when Heisenberg bit the dust.
Another one bites the dust. Okay, what makes him so...
What's the thing about Heisenberg? When it comes to characters pursuing you through the environment, what's the greatest thing about Heisenberg?
His humor.
His humor, he was definitely funny. He's a showman. Charismatic. He's petty. He's hot. Really? Heisenberg?
Petty.
Really?
I'm seeing hot here, yes, so
Team.
hot.
Really? Really?
To each their own, you know? I can see it. I can see it. There's arrogance.
All right. You like how he's confident and cocky? All right. Okay. I see it. There it is.
Forward.
I'm allowed to have my own preferences too, though, team. I'm just saying. It's a windy day.
Yeah.
Wow. It was all about daughters Dimitrescu for me. If they weren't made of actual flies, I would have hung around a little longer. The supernatural powers, his clothes, all the characters in this game have really great silhouettes, like really like recognizable. You know which one they are right off the bat.
Oh, and then there's also Miranda. She's the main one.
We got to talk about Miranda. But real quick with Heisenberg, so that's the one that's most like action movie, shoot 'em up, blow it up, bam bam.
Yeah.
Like Heisenberg he's similar to
and there's also, with similar to Moreau in feeling like that you can relate to him. There was part of me that was like, maybe we should team up with him. Maybe he is trying to take down Miranda, and he, maybe he's not as bad as I think.
Yeah.
So you have the same goals, but your morals are just different.
Right.
Similar goals.
Interesting. Yeah, he wanted to ally with Ethan, and I saw that he was smart because he made a lot of machines.
Yeah,
got an anti-hero kind of vibe. How many of you would have teamed up with Heisenberg if the game gave you the option? Would you have really gone down that path for real, though?
Probably not, no, because I would have suspected he was going to stab me again, because he did that in the very beginning, Absolutely, yes.
Even though you were in a pit with a meat grinder? Even though you were in the meat grinder pit, you'd
definitely.
Dude, that's a toxic relationship. These are all toxic relationships. Lady Dimitrescu, smother me to death. Dollhouse lady, creep me to death.
Moreau, I want to take care of him.
Fish me to death. I don't know. Conflicting. Ellie Williams' wife, thank you for the gift sub to the Dan Reactor. Appreciate that. And Carfat, thank you for the double gifted subs. Yo.
Hey, thank you very much, friend.
Thank you. If y'all got one of those gifted subs, be sure to check out our starter kit. We got this awesome starter kit set up, and it will show you the way around how you can say hi to Zen Garden and Jericho, which are our 2 subscriber chats up on our Discord. House Heisenberg. Do you want to get into Miranda?
Yeah, let's get into Miranda now.
Okay, Mother Miranda.
Mother Miranda. What was so awesome about Miranda? What were your favorite things about her?
Yeah, what's so great about Mother Miranda, after all? She seemed all-powerful. I mean, to me, the thing that stuck about Mother Miranda was like, I was a little afraid to fight Miranda by the end, because I was like, I don't know if I got this in me. Like, the kind of expectation set by all the other characters with their point of view about Miranda makes it so that she's just like next tier.
She was a demon.
Yeah, she was shapeshifting demon. Shapeshifting is a big win in storytelling, in my opinion.
Manipulative.
You liked that everything was her fault, that it all came back to her.
So she was at the center of it all.
Yeah, she's highly powerful, regal.
At center.
She's kind of like the epicenter of the whole thing, the raison d'etre.
Yeah.
Great design.
Origin.
Wow. She is the origin of Resident Evil. Oh my god. We're going to play some more Resident Evil games on stream right now.
Origin.
Ah.
Unapologetically selfish.
And Alive says you didn't see her that much, which made her scarier. It's the impending, it's the threat of something out there that we seem to really love.
Of her.
Like the deep lore.
Here, maybe it's also, we know everyone else's point of view about her before we meet her. Mm-hmm.
And as a villain, she's motivated. I mean, she's trying to get her daughter back. Mm-hmm. So she has like it's not, I mean, she's relatable. It's like the reason why she's doing what she's doing, you can get behind, but the way she's doing she did chop a baby up.
She chopped a baby up in many pieces.
She put a baby into quarters.
Yeah.
Which is at least twice as many pieces as you need. Really, two halves would be
She's like her own enemy. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her own enemy.
Interesting. It was her desperation. Yeah, she was kind of past all other... she had tried all these other things, all these other experimentations. Selfish for a humanly tangible reason. Interesting. She wanted to bring her daughter back. Wow. Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, I've never been in that position of having lost a child, but I can't imagine the kinds of things someone would be willing to go through to bring their child back.
Yeah.
The dark mother figure. This is great, team. Cool. This is good intel. Good intel.
All right. So, as a recap, your favorite thing, hands down, about Resident Evil Village were the villains that were pursuing you throughout your entire adventure, followed by the lore, which you learned about as you were running from these different villains throughout their houses, and their locations, because each villain had their own location that had its own energy and its own set of puzzles. And the thing that was the most exciting about Lady D was how sexy she was, that you wanted to catch her, but you were also afraid to be caught by her. Then the dollhouse was all about this hide and seek, the psychological thriller of the mind games and the dark rooms, escape rooms, and puzzles and pacing. Moreau was more about the body horror, and he is tragic, and he is grotesque and relatable, and feeling like an outcast and looking for acceptance.
And that's the scariest to me, the kind of the thing where it's like, you know, the it's like in Little Nightmares, you know, stuff that's like mostly human, but then like a really, really, really long neck. You know, that's too much.
And then Heisenberg was more action and sci-fi, and you loved his humor, his showmanship, how charismatic and petty and arrogant he was, how he was really forward and also had similar goals to you. So there was something really relatable about him. And
Scree, you delete that. Someone ban Scree. What is that long neck that took 4? No.
And then Miranda...
Don't go to Discord. Everybody stay off our Discord right now until we cleanse it.
And then Miranda had a desperation, and we knew everybody else's point of view about her before we met her, so she had a lot of weight to her before we
gravitas to her character approaching.
She was also all-powerful, demonistic, manipulative. She could shapeshift, and she was at the center of it all, so she was the ultimate final boss battle, because she's the one that started this entire thing. Without her, we wouldn't have had any of these other villains that we faced.
So if the top thing we liked the most was the characters, the thing we liked the second most was the lore. I want to know from everybody who's here, tell me different ways that you can get lore about a story, and let's try to rank them.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm going to suggest as how you could get lore would be a character tells you, right? Hearsay. A character just says it.
Imagery.
Imagery, let's get more specific.
Flashbacks.
Flashbacks, there you go.
Flashbacks.
You like finding documents, notes to read.
Documents. Environmental, so
I call it environmental clues.
yeah, environmental clues.
Like you pick a thing up and learn a little bit about what just happened. I see audio files, like the logs in Horizon. Finding goats. Like finding goats. I'll put finding goats.
Bestiaries.
I would put collectibles.
Yeah, collectibles.
Ah, yes, the bestiary of the monsters is fun. That's also, we have one of those. I'm gonna call it bestiary or codex. And I see. Give me one more.
Clues in the map. So.
I guess it's literally like codex for investigative. I guess I'm putting with the clues. See through the villain's POV. See through another character POV.
Okay, so Vishelia says the art in the environment, so objects that the character had, or dishes or clothes, so the environment itself.
I see Fun Ghoul saying about like secret locations. So let's try to rank them. When it comes to getting lore, if you could only get lore about the further story of a game with a character telling you, like a side character saying, did you know this is what happened 10 years ago?
Or overhearing
them talking about it. Number 2, flashbacks. So they literally show you like a dream sequence, a flashback, a vision. Number 3, documents, notes that you read and find. Number 4, environmental clues, which is very much like a crime scene deducing. Audio files and logs, number 5. Number 6, collectibles. Number 7, a bestiary or a codex where there's literally like a glossary that says, these are all the monsters that you've fought so far, and this is what they're weak to. Or number 8, seeing it through another character's POV, so we switch up the narrative arc.
And also these flashbacks, they could either be like a cutscene or something that you have to continue to navigate through, so you're still actively playing through the flashback, but you're going back in the past.
Nice. Okay.
All of the above.
I see 3 with the audio option. Yeah, for me, honestly, when it comes to like documents and stuff, I do really like it when they're
Shorter.
voiced and when they're shorter. I get kind of burned out when I see like a ton of like, okay, here comes 5 paragraphs. I'm just like, I'm playing a video game, not reading tiny little font right now.
Yeah. So Hyrule Shelbs says that the tough thing about flashbacks is that it only lets us view that info from one point of view, and it usually isn't your own. Having the autonomy to interpret the lore on your own is a good way to make you want to find the answers.
Very, very, very good point.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good point. Too much reading can be a lot, yeah.
Agreed.
How much reading is too much reading for lore?
I mean, honestly, I think that Resident Evil in general, the 2 games we've played, has done a great job of the size of the documents. Like, when we find clues or notes, like I'm thinking, for example, the notes that the diary in Lady Dimitrescu, there's the maid who is writing about like the weird things happening with the sisters.
Oh, when she lost the lipstick?
Yeah, and opening up the curtains, those were a nice size, and I liked that they were in the point of view of another character, so it wasn't just like number 2, find this, It felt more personal.
I'm seeing The Last of Us is getting shouted out for their note size being on par. I've seen a lot of people saying like more than 2 paragraphs becomes too much, or a paragraph or a paragraph or 2.
Or documents.
Carfat, thank you very much for the gift sub again. Thank you. We appreciate your support. All right, if anybody else wants to jump into the poll, now's last call, and then let's rank them up. 3, 2, 1. Environmental clues. Environmental clues. Give me a great example of an environmental clue in Resident Evil.
Followed by documents, and then flashbacks.
And everything, and I think that the audio files and logs, I mean, the documents or notes that could be voiced, you know, we could kind of cover both of those there. Russ is saying that humans lose interest after about 50 or 75 words. I think that's probably about right.
Noah says that they like flashbacks as a more nuance to the characters. Yeah, I agree. Hyrule says that they think finding a medium of having enough info on lore that is required to know for the game than having more options that really flesh it out that aren't necessarily needed, but it gives you a more in-depth experience. Yes.
And that is, for those of you who are here chilling with us right now, you're going to get my real point of view about it. When we're playing big games like Witcher 3 or Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I do feel like there's a certain amount of information that I need to have to get it, to be like in. And then there's like a ton of information that I could have if I wanted it. And sometimes there's like a tension between me feeling like, do I need to know 100% of everything? Or can I just like know enough to get by? Because like in real life, I don't know everything. I just know enough to get by. That's kind of my style.
Okay, so Jade says that the police station in Resident Evil 2 were the names for the cops, the code initials, that was good environmental clues about the lore.
Right, I see AMS is saying in the carnage that you see at the beginning of Village, when Ethan is looking through the house, lets you know that something dangerous and not human was in there. That definitely gives you a good clue as to like what kind of, threat is coming. And the replayability is increased if there's more lore. Suna Sora says that you can replay for more lore, so you don't have to get everything in your first playthrough. You have the option to play like how you want. Very cool. And Luna, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you tuning in. And for anybody just joining, I should use a split second. Oh my gosh, it's almost another hydration break. You got all this? We got this.
Yes.
We are going to be doing games clubs every other Friday. So our next games club will be coming up. We do the first and the third Friday of every month. We're going to do another games club on Until Dawn, another branching narrative game that Amelia and I have played a ton of and would really like to unpack with all of you. And then next Friday, where we're going to be playing Frozen Wilds. We're going to play Horizon's DLC Frozen Wilds leading up until our games club of Horizon Zero Dawn on February 18th. And then we're going to be beginning Forbidden West, the new released sequel of Horizon, starting on February 20th to give you all a couple of days. Wrong button. And it's next games. We're playing Mass Effect tomorrow. And on Sunday, we're doing them back-to-back. Jargon 84. We hope to see you there for Mass Effect 3. And now, what I was going to say is that our buddy Abu, Abubakar Salim, who you may know as Bayek in the Assassin's Creed's
Odyssey, right?
No, Origins. Assassin's Creed Origins with the ancient Egyptians is on a TV show, a Ridley Scott TV show, and Raised by Wolves, and it's awesome. And I'm super proud of our friend Abu, so I'm going to show you all the trailer during the first couple minutes of our hydration break, and see if you can't recognize, Abu. And maybe you'll sense a little Connor in there somewhere too, in the father. But anyway, I'm super proud of our friend, so I loaded up our trailer. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll see you on the other side for more discussion of Resident Evil. We're going to unpack it and kind of overlap it into our game design for our project, talk to you guys a little bit more about that. And then we also got some mail. So we have about 4 packages that we're going to open up and hang out at the end of the stream.
Sweet.
Does that feel good?
Yes.
All right, without further ado, let me share with you, dear friends. Yes, this is all right. This is all right. Let me just do a copy paste. Sorry, I have to do like a million things. Oh, and the prize. we're going to give away our prize at the end of the stream.
Yes.
Our umbrella.
Macrame
Umbrella. All right, let's do it, team. Thank you all for hanging out. This is Raised by Wolves Season 2 coming on to HBO, and we will see you all on the other side of our hydration break. We're back.
We are back, friends. How are you? How are y'all feeling?
I'm glad you like the music. Sorry to cut it off a little early. That's our buddy Lo, the music man. !LO or !EP in the chat will get you the link to our buddy Lo's new music.
Yes.
And thank you all for joining us for Games Club, where Amelia and I are unpacking our favorite video games and what we love about them the most, and our mods and our lieutenants are helping us do it. So thanks you mods. Thanks to you lieutenants.
Thanks, mods.
Thanks for you alls. Thanks for being here. Who that? Who put that guy? Who is that? Who is that? Will there be an Uncharted Games Club? I think that would be fun.
That's a good idea, yeah.
We have streamed Uncharted 4 and Uncharted Lost Legacy. Speaking of, by the by, we have a lot of... What? They're cute, aren't they?
I just like them.
I like when they little things... I talked to Deviant Piper and Super Scree, said it would be a good idea, but only sparingly, they told me. They said that this is a special occasion. So the little...
That they don't get too overwhelmed.
Yeah. But I was going to say about, was it this button? Yes. We have a whole bunch of streams up. Our past streams are all on YouTube, including the, who's... We have a whole bunch of past streams up on our YouTube. You can check them out if you love them. We've got our Resident Evil 2 playthrough and our Resident Evil Village playthrough, both on YouTube. ! RE2 and RE8 in the chat will get you there. All of these other games have commands as well with an exclamation point right before their name if you would like to watch any of them. And we've got a series of Life is Strange games that we have also played through that we're going to include on our Games Club situation.
Yes.
And all of our Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 playthroughs are up there. And come to mention it, Thief's End and Lost Legacy are on our good old YouTube.
Tube of you.
Tube of you.
All right.
No, you're a tube.
So, we're talking now about Resident Evil Village, and your favorite thing about Village were the villains. And followed by the lore. And when we asked about what is your favorite way to ingest lore, to learn about lore in a game, you said that environmental clues, like learning about the story through things that you find in the environment, how the environment is decorated, what kind of things are there, what time period is from. Followed by documents, so like reading about it, and then flashbacks. Those are your three favorite ways to take in the lore. And then locations was your third favorite part about Village. So I want to know about what makes these locations so freaking awesome.
Yeah. What makes a location in a Resident Evil game so freaking awesome?
I think the thing that I loved the most about the different locations were how different they were. Each location had a very different atmosphere.
Right. Yeah, the police station is so different than the sewer, and Lady Dimitrescu's place is so different than Heisenberg.
Yeah.
For instance.
Yeah.
I see isolation. The sensation of being on your own, which means you could explore. That they're all connected in a spooky maze. Ooh. I don't know what a RE Village randomizer is. What's a randomizer? What does that mean?
Connected in a maze.
New sets of
Haunted
threats
house.
and puzzles and environments.
Haunted house.
And Emo Screamo Ryan is saying locations that should be safe but are not. What's up, Solo YOLO Boy 3? How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay. Champaya says Village is very haunted house-like. Very much a haunted house.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to pull that. Aside from video games, IRL haunted houses.
They all have a personality. Distinct personalities.
let me know. When it comes to haunted houses, and I don't mean a video game haunted house, I mean a real haunted house, like IRL, you gotta walk through it with your own skin and bones haunted house. Type a 1 in the chat if they're for you. Type a 2 in the chat, no way, not for you. Number 3, okay, fine. Like, you're only gonna go because the protagonist is hot, for instance. You're always down? That's so funny. You're always down and Amidala is always not right behind you. I'm usually not trying to go to a haunted house, but that's changing now.
Another thing that I saw about the locations about RE2, Resident Evil, is that there's places that lead to unexpected paths. So it's not all very direct. Like you can find little doors or go through windows or go down a well. It's not all as it seems necessarily.
Look at this split. That's pretty even split, but I mean, I'm not surprised the Resident Evil crowd is down for haunted houses, but over half of you or over a third. It's about a third, and third. So when it comes to haunted houses, then locations, maybe it doesn't have to be specifically in the world of Resident Evil Village. Maybe you know of a secret creepy place in your hometown or something. What makes a good secret location or a haunted location? What are like the the characteristics? A cave? A cave is a good scary location. There's a history to each location, says Mr. Cole. You like how that they resemble the characters that take place there? A spooky cathedral.
Cave, history.
That it's old. Yes, we do play Pokemon. If you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it at the end of the stream because I got some Pokemon to talk about.
No more mines. Yeah. The architecture.
Yeah. Desolation. Things that are not much lighting. Or things that like are kind of falling apart.
So kind of, what's that word? Falling apart. There's I
see an abandoned hospital.
In disrepair.
Disrepair. No signs of life. Ryan Ashmore's back for 26 months. Yo, what's up, Ryan Ashmore?
Welcome back.
Thanks for being with us. Dilapidated. Dilapidated vibes. Decrepit. Yeah, these are great words. These are great. Lilia program is saying about deep underground, like basement levels of places. Basements can be scary.
Basements or maybe attics.
Blue Ember is saying that small spaces make them really uncomfy. That came up earlier before, like the claustrophobia.
So maybe small spaces versus big spaces.
Crawl through a tunnel. Places you can't get out of easily. A bunker. A nuclear bunker. Whoa.
Catacombs.
Places where you're far away from potential help. I think that's a big
isolated
thing. Yeah, I think the isolation thing is big. Because you can't just like grab the phone and call for a helicopter out of there. Yeah. A ship at sea. A sewer is a haunted place. Easy to get lost or turned around. A graveyard. Could totally have a graveyard. Unexplained noises or an abandoned fortress or castle. Sick Muse Slays, I like that. A broken elevator. That's horrifying. A broken elevator, like the Tower of Terror elevator that could take you all the way to the top and then...
Lighthouse.
A lighthouse. Wow. An abandoned mine. Yeah, team, you better watch out for mines. Speaking of mines. Until Dawn and lots of other stuff. In space! Like an abandoned hospital. Ugh. Hospitals are too spooky for me. Yeah. Just categorically gonna exclude. I can't make a game about a scary hospital. I did a film called The Remaining once. It's about the end of the world, and I had some horrifying scenes in a hospital, and that was really rough for me. An abandoned prison.
Insane asylum.
A farmhouse. Back rooms. So speaking of these, what about maybe like not as much haunted, but like a place that would make you feel real curious. Like what's the haunted house but for like good? Is there a haunted house for good? Is there any story that's like go into this house but it's not directly evil?
Yeah.
An old mansion? I mean, graveyards are interesting because they don't have to necessarily be scary, but they do kind of have a connotation of it. An abandoned mall, urban exploring, old construction, something that's not quite finished being built. I'm just thinking of like places that are kind of more eerie or mystical, you know, that not necessarily like blood smeared on the wall, but like.
I have a question. It's a little off topic of what we're talking about right now, but character creators, because in Resident Evil 2, you take on you choose which main character you want to move as. Are you going to play as Leon, or are you going to play as Claire? They both have distinct personalities and looks. In Resident Evil Village, you're playing as Ethan Winters, but because it's a first-person point of view, you are more detached. You are imposing yourself more onto Ethan, and him as a character you don't necessarily know as much. Or do you like a character where you get to customize what they look like and how they present themselves? Which is your favorite kind?
Between those two options, right?
3. Create your own, customize the character for. Okay.
Or select from character options in front of you.
Yeah.
Which would you prefer? Would you rather a game was like you can play as Leon or as Claire, right? So you get to select between the two. Or would you prefer to, you know, Sims it up and like make your hair and make your eyes and make your physique and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, your like facial structure, all of that stuff.
And Jean-Marie XO, welcome back for 25 months. Very interesting. Yeah, we did do a poll earlier on first person versus third person, but let's say in this case they're both third person.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see the character. It's not first person, if it's third person. Would you rather select from character options or create one yourself?
Very interesting intel here. If it's a longer game, you like customization. If it's a shorter story game, you like to select and learn their story. I see a lot for both, depending on the lore, but they love character creation, especially if it's in third person. Depends on the story. Depends on the type of game also. Yeah. How about this? Without the poll, or, you know, without listing it sub-poll, when it comes to character creation, what do you want to customize?
Yeah, what's your favorite thing?
What when you play a game and it doesn't have an option to do blank, you miss it. You know, like sometimes I'm like, well, whatever, my hair's... You want everything? The face, the hair, everything. Everything? Like, you want to, like, each freckle and each scar? You want to get just right? Yeah, that is what happened in Cyberpunk for sure. We felt the same way. You want the clothes, the hair, the outfits. The more sliders, the better. Jenny hates not being able to play as a female character, so we want to have some gender options. How about this? I read an article about there's a new game. Bethesda's new game is called what? It's called Starfield. Starfield is going to have all of the different pronouns built into the character world and how the NPCs speak to them. Would you want a game to customize your pronouns? Would you be okay if all characters were referred to as you and they? How do you feel about that? See a lot of love for that. Flexible pronoun option is huge. For those of you who are very passionate about pronouns, if it was, because I mean, my thought on the technical level, team, is that they're literally recording everything, saying he's over there, she's over there, they're over there, right? I'm curious if you are someone who really cares about pronouns. It's very, very important to you. Would you miss it if the game referred to the player as they always? You know what I'm saying? Like sort of removing the pronoun, or does that not? How does that sit with you? Because to me, that's really, you're okay with they, not as important, but you'd appreciate it. Absolutely. Because I mean, what I'm thinking is if the character was like referred to as you or they're over there, then you don't necessarily have to. I'm just thinking like this is our first like video game. So I don't want to get bogged down, but I also want to be super respectful of the fact that that matters. So
okay, another question is, if you were to get to customize your own character and you wanted to choose the gender, would you want to have, like in Mass Effect, you can either be a femme shep or you can be a male shep, or would you want to have the same voice for both? That can kind of go.
Oh yeah, I remember that when Cyberpunk came out too. That was a question. They were like, well, a male voice doesn't have to be deeper, and a female voice doesn't have to be higher pitched. So for when it comes to your character actually speaking, you'd like to choose non-human. There you go, Vishelia. That's an option too. Like what would be the best way to represent that? Like, would you choose because I mean, in my opinion, if you're playing a game where the character is never naked, right? Spoiler, I'm not making a video game with naked characters. So pretty much you have torsos, you have different body types, right? That you would be able to assign. And so then you could just mix and match. You could have two different voices for the character, and then you could just choose which one you liked better. Because you could get eventually to a point where you have so many options that it's just not possible. You know what I mean? So so you could have different voices, but you wouldn't want to choose if the character had a voice. Having a range of voices would be cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Buen vendido. Muchas gracias por tu inglés in the chat. Quiero aprender más español, but I don't speak it fluently. So for my mods and I, we need English in the chat. Thank you. There are... like The Sims 3, all the characters should just speaking Simlish.
No.
Let's see. That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Shining is saying about the subtitles when it comes to pronouns and stuff too, because I think that having a silent protagonist is actually pretty intriguing if it's done right. That's true. We just when we've pulled through with Detroit, the dialogue options were so highly ranked that we feel like our game is definitely going to be something where the playable character can speak to the other characters.
Yes.
Here's a question. This is a Mass Effect related question when it comes to this pronouns and gender and the whole thing. Is that in Mass Effect, if you choose FemShep, you can have certain relationships with certain characters and same in Cyberpunk, because those NPCs have their own preferences and sexual identity. So that if you come across them, they might just be like, who's the guy that in Cyberpunk? Who's your not Pam, but the dude? River. Like River, if we were and Judy.
Judy, yeah.
Yeah. So Judy, River, and Pam. But if you play as the Femme V,
yeah,
then Pam's just not interested. So everyone should be an option. I hate being limited to my options, says GCat. Yeah, because there's a question, right? Like, would you want it to be possible to romance any possible NPC, or do you want the NPC to have a concretized set of preferences so that, or just everybody in this world is as bisexual as they can be?
Also, how important is romance in a game for you? And taking into account that the game that we're creating is a bending narrative, the choices that you make matter based narrative game. So how important is love for you to find in a game?
Yeah, in the game particularly, romancing NPCs, let's call it, is number 1 in the chat, very important. Number 2 in the chat, it's kind of important. You like to do it, but it's not why you're there. Or number 3, just not important to you. You're just not out there romancing anybody. You just want to shoot straight and save the world or whatever the mission is. NPC love lives matter. There you go. NPCs are out there, team. They're just living lonely in our consoles and our computers waiting for us to meet them.
Wow, this is interesting. So maybe a potential option to find love if that's what you want, but not necessarily They're not gonna like throw themselves at you.
Yeah, it has to come natural. You're not trying to just like force relationships on the game. You like an optional romance, says Pup. Story first, romance if it fits into the story. The story is what matters most to you. Shouldn't be mandatory. Okay, very good. That's true. That's true. You should be able to play through the game and just be like, this is not a sexual thing to me. Natural, optional.
Optional romances.
Natural, optional. Okay, sweet. Good intel team. Good talk. Good talk. I still got the topic of locations down here. Is there anything else we want to ask about locations? How about this? I, as a kid, I grew up in a lot of places, but one of the places I lived as a kid was in Missouri, and we had this we had a upstairs closet that was right over a downstairs closet, and my siblings and I decided that magically you could go in the closet upstairs and then, like an elevator, you teleported down to the downstairs one. And I always have wanted to live in a house with a secret passageway. What is the coolest secret passageway
that you can imagine?
That you can imagine. In Resident Evil or otherwise. Like in Resident Evil 2, we put the medallions, we go under the statue and then into the basement. Like, what would you, if you were going to like have any kind of secret location or secret passageway or something? An infinite staircase? Narnia. Yeah, like a closet that you can go into, hidden behind a bookcase. I see mirrors. Mirrors are getting a lot of love. The moving bookshelf is a classic.
Slide.
A slide. A slide. The mirror dimension.
Ooh.
A toilet or a bathroom that nobody expects.
Hidden bathroom.
Teleported into a void, so getting teleported somewhere else completely. Under the garage. Hidden doors behind a wall.
Keyhole.
A keyhole. A
Shed.
fridge.
Fake wall.
You could go into a magical fridge. Oh, you have a good one. All right, Cal's got a good one. They used to live in an apartment where their bedroom closet was the same closet as the hall closet, which had a door on each side. And so it felt like a super spy going from the hall to your room. That is cool. Oh my gosh, a secret rocket ship? A trapdoor like in Coraline?
Crawl space.
The mirror dimension is getting a lot of love. Yeah, crawl space. What are my expectations about the new Batman movie? Not immediately relevant, but I'm excited for Batman anything.
Ooh. Entering into a canvas.
Ooh, yeah, like going into a painting. The room under the stairs. A secret counter door. The back door, like another entrance to the same place.
Wall panel.
Doors that lead to different rooms with... here we go. Doors that lead to different rooms with different aesthetics, like Edith Finch, for example, where it's like you can tell the big metal door is going to take you to that kind of a place, or the big, fuzzy door would take you to that kind of place. Yeah. Extreme Waffle. Thank you for being here, Extreme Waffle.
How you doing, Extreme?
I'm glad you're digging the stream. Doors that don't unlock until you can find or remember memories or acknowledge the memories. Trees, like in Night Before Christmas. Renavon, about the engine, we're kind of in the beginning phases, but I can share with anybody who's curious about it. We started exploring with two planning programs. One's called Twine, and the other one is called Arcweave, recommended by our buddy Earl. And Arcweave is really cool. Twine is pretty simple, but if anybody's like thinking about making their own text adventure or a branching narrative or wants to design a game, check out Arcweave. I'll type it here. It's really... Whoa!
So windy.
Whoa!
Really windy.
I think it's like this.
Yes.
Arcweave. A fountain in the garden. Or a fountain that you could go like below the water surface. Like, doesn't that happen in like a drained out, like a drained out fountain? Could give you a staircase. That happens in Witcher. A cave behind a waterfall. Very cool. Yeah, door hidden in a waterfall or a fountain. And Amos Frey, thank you for being here for 13 months. Appreciate you being here. Down a well. These are such good ideas. What about a water slide? A water slide's a good idea. Yeah, I loved Edith Finch. We did play through that game. Our playthrough's on YouTube if anybody wants to check it out. Oh, a pond that drains to reveal a trap door. Crawling into a tree. Wells are definitely spooky. Yeah, we've been watching Lock and Key. Definitely got some... Yeah, it's arcweave.com.
Cool.
Yep, that's the one. And it's free to try out. Cool. Amelia Rose.
Brian Patrick.
Are there any other things in particular going through the TV? Oh God.
I know.
Clocks that open doors. Yes. No, please. Did you have any other Resident Evil specific questions?
Resident Evil specific questions. Okay, let me look back through my notes. Let me consult the notes.
Or should we just do wild card?
I mean, we could also talk about the combat. That's something else that people have liked very much. We can talk about
keys that can open invisible doors. Up the chimney? Up the chimney is fun. Yeah, like Batman. Trash chutes. Did you miss any conversations about the terrifying baby? Yeah. Yes. But we're never going back there. A cuckoo clock, like a grandfather
chimney.
Clock. This is such good brainstorming. I'm throwing it out to wildcard. Is there anything else you want to tell us about Resident Evil that you love? Anything at all that you think, if you were like, if I was going to only take one thing about Resident Evil and I'm going to put it in another game, what would it be?
Ooh, dumbwaiter. That's a good idea. Foreshadowing.
We don't know specifically that our game will be a horror game, but there's definitely going to be elements of Resident Evil in it because we love Resident Evil. The character design is getting a lot of love.
Yeah.
The atmosphere again. The way the challenges are spread out throughout the whole game. Yeah, it definitely feels like phases of puzzles.
Phases of puzzles.
Creepy statues. The dollhouse. The lore.
Quests.
Yeah, the character outfits. A lot of love for the characters. I think we did a pretty intensive exploration of this inventory management. Inventory. Resource management and inventory, yeah.
The jump scares.
And like combinable inventory, that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Do you ever get bogged down by inventory?
You know, I feel like inventory is good for different types of games. To be honest with you, I can't think of that many. There's not that many story-driven games where you have inventory necessarily. That's a bending game.
Yeah, because like in Detroit,
you don't really have inventory.
You have only like clues that are kind of like stuck to the narrative, though.
Yeah, Life is Strange, you don't really have inventory.
But you do get items. In Life is Strange, you get like, I'm holding on to the keys, or you know what I mean, like the
loot monster. Yeah, me too. I'm a goblin. When it comes to the loot, anything shiny I want.
Yeah, inventory definitely is different from game to game, for sure.
Yeah.
You're all hoarders. You're all loot goblins. Look at you all. We've ruined you. Yeah, it's not an active inventory like in Life is Strange. That's a good point, just a phase.
Hi, Violet. How you doing?
Hello. Yeah, I mean, sometimes for me, I like in Witcher, I'm always just trying to delete stuff.
Well, Witcher is a different type. That's an open world game, so where a big part of the gameplay is crafting items and crafting potions, and I feel like that's a bigger main part of the game as opposed to like something like Life is Strange or Detroit, where the inventory or the things that you find, they all have a specific like reason to be, you know, or more specific.
Right.
You can have an inventory that's purely important for puzzle items. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. I think a more limited inventory is what I'm leaning towards right now, because you do have to have a way to like pull back up, like kind of like your journal. Like when you find a clue and then you want to like look at that info.
Yeah.
I think that's really good to have on
a
hand.
diary.
Hey, what's up, Chanthal? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, maybe just key items. Agreed.
Right?
My gosh.
It is so windy outside, team. Stuff's just falling over outside. All right, I got one more question. When it comes to this crew in particular, who are here discussing Resident Evil, and if it's a Resident Evil game, that's totally cool. What is your favorite game of all time? If it's a Resident Evil game, please name which one is the best one of all time. If it's not a Resident Evil game, that's totally okay. Your favorite game of all time. I just want to kind of get a read out of who's here.
Spyro, Mass Effect, Detroit, Dying Light, RE2, Hellblade, Red Dead 2, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 4, Detroit, Halo, Life is Strange, Breath of the Wild, Last of Us 2, Detroit, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 4, Hellblade, Ratchet & Clank, God of War, Resident Evil 2,
Fire Emblem,
Last of Us, Until Dawn.
Sweats and Indecision. What game is that, Katie?
Until Dawn, Spider-Man, Horizon.
Abzu. So this is a really well-rounded.
Can I have the water, please?
Yeah, this is a really well-rounded group of people. Like, this is not like we're not in a room full of people that only love Resident Evil, which is says a lot too.
Yeah.
That Resident Evil sticks out to so many people that are all about it. Hydrate. Animal Crossing. Yes. All right, this is cool. Well, while we're at it, if there's any game that we haven't played that you really love that you would like us to play, we've got a button like this down below the video, ! Games. In the chat, we'll show you the way to recommend a game officially for us, and we put all these together and compile them to find out which games to play next. Before we kind of switch gears out of Games Club and into opening some mail, because we got about 15 or 20 minutes left on our stream, we are going to be doing next Friday.
Next Friday, we are going to start Frozen Wilds, the DLC of Horizon Zero Dawn. And then the following Friday, it's a little confusing with this breakdown, but following Friday will be February 4th, and we'll be checking out Until Dawn in Games Club.
Yep. And we're also doing Games Club for Horizon Zero Dawn and Life is Strange. Yes!
Yo, Dahlia, thanks for being here for 6 months.
Yo, Dahlia. Baby.
Huh?
Baby.
What? Yoda.
Leia.
Yoda Leia.
Yodelay. Hee-hoo.
Or Yodalia.
Yodalia. Yodelaya is back.
Yodelaya, how you doing?
If you would like us to mispronounce your username, please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you for being a supporting community member. You get 5 entries into Preezy giveaways. You get 50 plus emotes. You get no ads, which is just how you say ads. We should pull a prize. Let's pull a prize and then open mail.
Yes.
Should we do the prize first?
This is our prize. It is a macrame made by one of our community members, Tracy. We're going to give this away. And if you would like to win it, the way you do is by typing something into the chat right now. Our subscribers get 5 times entry, and if you gave a gift sub, 1 or many, then you, friend, are entered in 10 times.
Thank you.
The gong of winning.
And for clarity, after we pull our prize, we are going to open up. We have 3 or 4 packages that we have received in the mail that we're going to open up, and we want to just, spend a little bit of time hanging out with you. Look at those gongs. The gongs are flowing. The emotes are everywhere. I love it. Don't look at me. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Everybody's here. Everybody's so hyped. There's a lot of love. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Got a lot of great notes today.
A lot of them.
I got at least 8 pages.
8 pages of notes, team.
But I leave a lot of space, but I got good notes.
Good notes. You also got good handwriting.
Who else likes to take notes?
I like to take notes. Oh, yes. Let's do it. Okay, we got a winner. The winner's coming right up. The winner's going in like this, and gonna go like that, and I'm gonna go type it in
A
here.
lot of note takers. Ooh.
Yes. Did anybody take notes today during Games Club? Feel free to bring a notebook to Games Club. Strike of the gong. Ooh, is a city girl. City girl, you win. Congratulations. Please keep your whispers open so you can get a message from Colorful Mess 18, who's our moderator in charge of prizes, to find out where we can send yours. And thank you for your patience as we ship out the prizes about once per month.
Yes.
And thank you also to Tracy for sending us that macrame back when we played Resident Evil 2 Remake. Sent one to us to keep and one to give away as a prize. And now it's time to do it.
Yeah.
Now it's time to do it. So City Girl,
Look at
congratulations.
all of my notes. Got so many.
Got so many notes.
Got so many notes. Oh, yeah.
You're so cute.
I like notes. Also, look at my
I
notebook.
like birds. I like those birds. It's shiny, babe. It's shiny.
Yeah.
Speaking of shiny, do you want to open some mail?
Let's do it.
Should we do it, team? I'm doing it. The journal is gorgeous. It's a good looking journal.
I like turtles.
I like totals. Okay. And I'm going to go like this, back to here. And I'm going to grab some mail.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, mail time, mail call. Mail call. Yeah, we'll stream for about another 15 minutes. Thank you, mods.
All right.
Appreciate
While you decide which ones you're going to pull up, I'm just going to do a little recap because I like to recap things that I like and everybody else likes. So, Resident Evil Game Club recap. Your favorite things about RE2 Remake were the atmosphere, the spookiness, and the environmental, and the characters. The atmosphere, the greatest part was the unknown and the unseen, the sound design, and the setting. The sound design, the most awesome part, was the locational sounds, the sound cues, and the scary sounds. The setting top was the police station, and what was coolest about the police station were the maps and the puzzles. Then, the puzzles, your favorite parts about those were that they made you feel smart, and they made you think, and that they motivated you to explore, and that there were multiple puzzles that connected to one. Your favorite characters were Claire, Leon, and Mr. X. And then when moving into Village, the best part were the villains, the lore, and the locations. Mm-hmm. And all of the villains were different and had their own energies, and the spaces that they occupied were really very unique and detailed. The lore, you like learning about lore through environmental clues, documents, and flashbacks. And that is generally everything we learned.
Tiny claps for
top
the
things.
Good recap. Tiny claps around. Thank you, Amelia.
Yeah.
Amelia loves to recap.
I do.
One of our favorite things that we do when we travel back home from any place is that Amelia tells me on the airplane all the things that we did on our trip. And I really like that. It's one of my favorites. Amelia, this box comes all the way from Spain.
Ooh.
This box comes to us from Vichelia. And I've cut open just the top part here, but would you like to open the box?
I will open the box.
Oh, Michelia, thank you for sending this to us. Our P.O. box, we are able to check about once a week or so we're just catching up on some mail that we've already received.
Yeah, this is what we picked up last week, I think. So,
Yeah.
All right, it says, Happy Holidays. I send you some gifts and some treats and a ton of love and best wishes for 2022.
Ooh la la, can I GoPro it?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna GoPro a little like this. Boom.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
Opening cam.
Oh my goodness.
What on earth?
What are these little sparkles
I'm
here?
gonna need to eat that. This one's for me.
Whoa.
Oh, that one's for me too. Look at that. Delicious.
And we have a box of magic here. And what is inside? Oh, so little. You've made this one for replacing a broken gift for Mama D.
Oh my goodness.
Should I open this?
That's from Mama.
Maybe leave that one.
Yeah, I'll open this one in. Vichelia, should I leave the one for my mom wrapped up?
Whoa. That's really cool.
Wow. Vichelia, did you 3D print this? Did you model this?
That's amazing.
All right, I'll open that one up in a second, and I'll let you go.
Aw, Oh, gifts from Trooper and I.
Yes, look at this
Aw.
beautiful.
Wow.
That's a die. It's a D20. It's like, that's so cool.
Wow.
That's so cool.
My goodness.
I'm
That is epic.
Switching back to our main so we can show you stuff up on this screen here. Yo.
Wow.
That's so cool. All right, I'm gonna open up this little one. This is to go to my ma. It's so small.
So small.
I love this little box. Maybe we should have a tiny box in our game. Oh, what could be?
Could be.
Oh, Vishelia, this is so sweet. All right, I gotta GoPro go.
Oh,
this.
wow.
Look at this beautiful little bee.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, this
That
is so nice.
Stunning.
So for those of you who don't know,
We can see our reflections here.
oh, it's us. For those of you who don't know, my mom and dad are beekeepers, and this was made by Vishelia for my ma. Vishelia, that's incredible. I'm gonna hold it up on the big camera because I think you can see it a little better. Wow. I love their wings.
That is so special.
I don't want to get tangled. There we go. I'm gonna hold it up here so you can see it on the nicest camera. Vishelia, that's amazing. The detail's insanely cool. Oh, wow. That's so beautiful. Thank you, Vishelia, for sharing this with us.
Wow.
That's absolutely beautiful. Look at the detail in that ring. I'm so impressed.
She's gonna love that.
She's absolutely gonna love that. She's absolutely gonna love that. Hugs for Vishelia. And also, looks delicious.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all have probably given Amelia and I a couple of cavities with as many candies.
No,
as yours.
actually, because we went to the dentist recently and not a single cavity.
No, I mean, eventually they'll give us cavities. We brush. All right, you want to open up that one?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Package number 2 comes from us stateside, I believe.
Okay, this is from Detroit Dodge.
Hey, Detroit Dodge.
Ooh. All right, we got a bunch of stickers of our awesome
Yes.
Nintendo friends.
Nice, nice, nice.
We got some lanyards as well. We got
Ooh.
some Final Fantasy lanyards.
Ah, nice. And Pokemon Shield. Fun. These are super cool.
Oh, we got some keychains.
We got some loot.
Oh, we got a Guardian keychain from Hyrule.
Hey, that's nice.
And we also got a little Sackboy keychain and some Metroid Dread pins. That's really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
We got,
What's y'all favorite Switch game?
ooh, one of these little Crash Bandicoot mini timers.
Oh, fun.
That's cool.
Crash 4, it's about time.
A Spider-Man lanyard.
Nice, nice, nice. Look at us. We look
Hooking
like
us
such
up.
gamers right now.
I know.
Get me to the convention.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, what's going on now?
Got,
I see some Pokemon.
this is a Pokemon sword and shield. Is this a,
Oh, it's a binder.
my
Whoa, look at
gosh.
that. Oh my gosh, look at that Zoroark.
here you go. You should.
Oh, team, get ready for it. So this is to hold our super large promo cards. And there's a Snorlax VMAX, living their best life. A Zoroark holofoil giant card, so cool. And a Zora and Selby tag team card. Very cool. These are beautiful.
Oh, and
my
this
goodness.
we receive a shiny Zamazenta with this.
I would like to.
And then, oh gosh, we got some Pokemon unopened packs.
Oh, team.
And then, what are these? Here you go, my love.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my dude, Flapple. Amelia fears Flapple.
I do.
As she rightfully should fear Flapple. And Dora Lagon,
And
Beautiful.
Then, look at these little earrings.
Those must be for me.
Little spook earrings. I love these.
Detroit Dodge, this is very generous of you. Thank you for sending us this.
That is so cool.
I'm curious, does anyone here play the online version of Pokemon where they use these codes? If so, I'm going to share a bunch of them. These are all from packs that we have opened. Clomo's down for them. Vishelia will. Anybody else, type me into the chat, and I will share as many of these cards at the very end of the stream before we raid. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's open these in just a second.
Okay.
We have one more big box here. My favorite Pokemon, it changes, but
It's hard to pick.
there's Charizard,
I think for me it might be Togedemaru.
Chansey, there's Ditto.
Chansey, yeah.
Okay, there's enough of you. So I'll share a whole bunch of these in like 2 minutes at the end of the stream when we go through. All right, this comes to us from the United Kingdom.
Ooh.
This here is coming from our friend Lindsay Green. A nice crinkle. Also, I totally see the foxes on the wrapping paper. I want you to know, I know.
We need scissors.
We need skizzas. Go overhead camera 2. Yeah? It's gonna be dark in here.
Ah!
Hey!
Where? There, over
It's
there.
over there.
No, over there.
Oh!
Ah!
Over there. So I was actually going for overhead camera 1. Hey!
Hey, totally blown out.
Totally blown out. Well, when the lighting changes, I'm just gonna grab a knife so I can open this.
A knife.
Ask me what
Nice.
you have there.
What do you have? What do you have there?
A knife!
No.
Yo.
I like that. Yeah.
I'm an adult man. I'm a professional. Always cut away from yourself, team. Always.
Always.
Cut away from yourself, especially if you're stranded in the Arctic.
Anybody else watch the show Alone? Because we've been watching that.
We've been watching it. We've been drinking it in. Oh, look at this beautiful wrapping.
Oh my gosh.
This is next tier. I'm gonna hold it up and you can retrieve it. How about? I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh. I played the Star Wars CCG.
Oh my gosh, little
And
felt
Pokemon.
felt cookie cat toys. Felt cookie cat toys filled with catnip.
Oh my gosh. Our cat Theodore, who will appear momentarily in emote form, is absolutely addicted to catnip and knocks it off the shelf when he wants some.
Salted caramel fudge.
Oh, those gotta be for me.
Oh my gosh. Little mince pies.
Mince pies?
Okay, so mince pies. Does that have meat in it or not?
It does not have meat, but some say it has meat.
Because we've gotten mixed messages about whether mince pies have meat.
Black Cat Plays don't even want to talk about this. No meat.
Okay.
No meat.
Just fruit. Just fruit. No, it doesn't. Okay.
Look at these fun little
No, they're so cute.
There's little snow penguins. All right, I got a card. I probably should have read the card first. It's to Brian and Amelia, and it does not have meat, apparently.
Well, this says it has fruity mince meat.
But mincemeat is not meat.
It is not?
It's fruit.
Ah.
It's Merry Christmas!
Aww.
This is Merry Christmas. This is from Lindsay Green Illustration, The Winter Fox. lindsaygreen.co.uk. Oh, this is their dog Yuki. I'm going to read the letter in private, but this is their dog Yuki, and I know that all of you are happy to see Yuki.
Yuki.
Because I am too.
Oh, he's so sweet. That's a good boy.
Yo, and thank you for your kind message here, Lindsay. I'm gonna read the note to Amelia after we end the stream, just for privacy's sake.
Oh my gosh. And of course,
Some jelly babies.
have to have the jelly babies.
Some jelly babies and another wrapping. Something le petit.
I think it's something sweet.
Chocolate. Ooh. with orange. Anybody had orange chocolate before?
So on the back, it does say that one of the ingredients, 46%, is mincemeat.
But minced meat, according to Black Cat Plays, does not have meat in it. It's a mixture of fruit and spices, says Jenny. Don't you worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Lindsay, not meat, though. Black Cat, I'm glad somebody's looking out for us.
No meat.
No meat. All right, and last but not least, we got a package that we actually opened on another stream, but then we wanted to go more into depth with it because they are some beautiful Pokemon cards. So I'm going to switch to that, and we're going to open our Pokemon cards.
Okay.
And also the pack from Clomo. Cool. Give me just a second to organize my desk a little bit because it's covered in candies now. And we're gonna go Gadget GoPro, I think is the best. Then why don't they call it minced fruit? Exactly. I don't know. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but I'm not a scientist. Will you hold this for me like there? Go GoPro. It's good. Okay. And here's some quick codes for anybody who wants them. So if you play the online game, I'm just gonna give a few of these real quick. Take a screenshot. Take another screenshot. Take another screenshot. You're doing great, team. Take another screenshot. One more. Take another screenshot. All right, we'll do more of that, and you can get them at the end of the stream too. So, Clomo gave me a beautiful pack of Pokemon cards for Amelia and I. I couldn't resist, as you can see. I had to open. Them. But I wanted to share with all of you what we got here because there are some beautiful ones like this Mew.
Whoa.
Celebrations Mew right off the top. What? We don't deserve this. Meowth looking beautiful. Mudkip. Oh my gosh, there's...
Flip them all, maybe, because they're all upside down now. Yeah. There you go.
There we go. So many beautiful cards here. Vulpix, Torchic. Ooh, Team Yellgrunt. Reverse Hollow. Swablu!
Aww.
We got a mod like that. Purloin. Zygarde. Trico. Torchic looking wow.
Wow.
Never saw that kind of Torchic before. Ooh, these are cool. What series is this from? I've not seen these ones. Inkay. Well deserved. Well loved. Clang.
Maybe flip all
I got it, babe. They alternate. My wife were real worried that you guys can't handle these upside down. We got you. Shellos. Froakie. There's a lot of ones that we don't have.
Yeah.
Corfish. Oh, he's cute. Cubchoo. Oh my goodness. So I want to do...
Cubchoo needs a tissue.
He does need a tissue. That's kind of... This is not COVID safe, little dude.
No.
Cover your face. Flabibi.
Ooh.
Oh, Kilia. Beautiful cards here. Thank you for sharing these with us. Ooh, toot!
Toot toot!
Ooh, toot! Miltank.
Wow.
Looking utterly delightful. Ladybug. Krabby. Yeah, I'm Krabby. Didn't want to know why. Geodude! Electabuzz. Beautiful. Cosmog. And here's some in cases coming up. Chinchio. Whoa. Holy Zamazentavi.
What?
You can see me smiling in the background of the reflection. Oh, we got a fossil researcher trainer card. Very cool. And an Embor EX. Beautiful. These are so cool. Clomo, that's amazing. I have even more to open up. And we're going to just keep rambling. Should we crack one of those packs before we go back to the Clomo ones? You want to crack a pack?
Sure.
Or you're feeling anxious?
Maybe
it's a lot of stuff on the desk.
Yeah.
We'll save those. We'll open those onto the stream. But I do, because Clomo has been waiting for quite some time for me to share theirs.
No, because we have a whole bunch here. So I like to take Pokemon cards, organize them, then take in more cards, then organize them. But if I get too many at once, sometimes I get overwhelmed.
I, however, am always overwhelmed, so I don't notice. All right.
What about you? What's your how do you like to intake collectible items?
You like organizing? I know it's a lot of fun to organize them. I'm gonna have to hold that there again.
I really like to organize.
Clomo, I'm gonna go a little speedier on this one just for the sake of our awesome mod team. Back to the GoPro. Good old Shuppet. Piplup. So I want to do a Pokemon stream soon where, ooh, wow.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Where we can open up for trades, because I've been getting a lot of messages from people about, do you have this card? Do you have that card? Do you want to trade? And I do, but it's hard to keep track of it, so I think I'm going to do it all live on a Twitch stream. Ooh, Superior. Oh, Salandlit. Ursaring.
Ooh.
You love to see it. A Haunter. Growlithe. Oh, wow. Oh, Doctor Who. What do you think of that one? That one's beautiful. Ursaring. Ghastly.
Ooh.
What a set. Holy cow.
I've never seen a good amount of
Growlithe?
those.
Yeah, these are great. Torchic. This is a good number of series that we haven't collected. Rowlet. Oh, Altaria. Beautiful. Little Rowlet. Thwacky. Trepinch. Beautiful. Who's this coming up? Something. Oh, Chatot.
Wow.
That's a fun one. That's a very fun one. And then everybody knows this one. This is the Pikachu you all know so well. Pikachu. Wow.
So many Pikachus.
Hollow celebration. We got to put together a whole Pikachu collection on stream to share with you all.
Wow.
This is so generous of you, Clomo. Another Pikachu. All different kinds of Pikachus.
Wow.
A Choodle. Oh, I know this one. I know that Pikachu. My niece has a Pikachu like this one and loves it. Meowth. Wow.
Ninetales.
Ninetales of a frozen variety.
Eevee.
A chonky Eevee. Leo.
All little eggs.
Execute. Yes, egg. Wow, these are so fun.
Wow.
I got a ho.
Ho-oh.
Man, cool card. Legendary bird. So we gotta spend a little time organizing our collection, babe.
Yeah, I know.
I need to do a stream where it's just me sorting Pokemon cards. Too big.
Hey, Rocker Girl 57, welcome back for 32 months.
Charmeleon.
Saying that they need to go get some Pokemon cards so that they
Lapras?
can consider trading. Pokemons are really cute, I agree.
Bidoof. Magikarp. Charmander. So much fun. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, Ralts.
Oh, and UK Fangirl
Nice.
Jade saying that you sent a package that landed in Burbank. Okay, we'll go
It did.
get it.
Cool.
We shall go and
We
get
will
it.
go to the post. We go to collect our post, about once a week.
Yeah.
We can get to it. Sometimes it's in between streams. Oh my gosh, Magic the Gathering too. That's awesome. Lisa, how you doing? Thank you for being here with a gift sub to Ash. And Rocker Girl, welcome back for 32 months.
Nice.
Appreciate that. So we've got some raid targets lined up.
Treat.
Although we can go with this Resident Evil 2 one.
Sounds good.
Mod team, is there another one, or should we go with Wobblers here? This seems perfect. I kind of feel like we should do a Resident Evil raid.
I think so
for
too.
sure. Oh, we totally enjoy these cards, Clomo.
Yes.
We're gonna have to divvy them up between us so we can battle.
We need to organize.
Yeah.
We need to organize.
Yeah. I think we could do a Pokemon stream again. I would just sit in here for hours and organize my Pokemon card
Ooh,
collection.
very online. I'm glad you saw that episode of The Mentalist. I enjoyed that. Diamonds. Any
Yeah.
diamonds?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. All right, that's cool. We're gonna do Wobblers. It is. We're gonna go over to Crazy Gaming Days channel where they are playing some Resident Evil 2. And thank you everybody for hanging out with us. This was really cool.
Yes, thank you for chilling with us for this Games Club. I'm curious. This was our second ever Games Club. What do you think?
Yeah,
What are
what do you think?
your thoughts?
How's it go?
I personally really enjoy, and after our last week's Games Club, we were so inspired, came up with a bunch of really great ideas. Thank you all so much for sharing what you love so much about these games, because it is hugely helpful.
Yeah,
We love it.
It's also going to be, I don't know, it's keeping our momentum up in a way. It's one thing to have an idea to do something, and then it's another thing to put it on a schedule and actually do it. And having the Games Club on our streaming schedule also is a great way for us to just kind of like keep chipping away at it, keep the momentum going, and keep things going. And the further we get into this, the more confident we are in some of the choices we made. We're going to start to be able to kind of open up our notebook about our game and talk to you, but we don't want to skew your point of view about it too much. So we're going to start from the beginning, just getting a lot of info in, and then later down the road, we'll start to workshop ideas for our own game with you guys.
And Suna, I'm so glad that you joined us from YouTube. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us here live on Twitch.
Live on the Twitch. And Momoa, thank you for being here for the first time. If you joined for the first time, we do have a starter kit that will show you the way around the channel, which is a great way for you to find out about our Discord and how to use all the perks of being a subscriber and stuff here on the stream. Yes. All right, I'm going to punch up this raid, and until the raid goes, I'm going to just feed you a constant stream of Pokemon codes for those of you who really want it.
All right.
So let's get it going. Miss Okami.
Aw, Miss Okami.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to move this thing here a second.
Okay.
What do you want to do for Miss Okami?
Sparkles.
You want to do sparkles? You have a button over there for it.
Okay, let me hit
You
this
do-
and give sub,
You hit.
and then
No, the one in the middle is the effects.
effects and sparkles.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much, Miss Okami.
Thank you, sweet. We appreciate you. You're so kind to us. Thank you for your good company, everybody. And I'm gonna switch over to the GoPro and just try to drop as many of these codes on you as I can before the raid takes you away.
Yes.
But
Orange Lightning, thank you for subscribing with your Prime.
yo, thanks for being here with your Prime. We appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna do it. My name is Brian.
My name's Amelia.
And
this is Dechart Games Club.
Oh yeah, we all do it. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
My name is Brian.
My name's Amelia.
And this is Dechart Games Club. Nailed it. Awesome. Perfect. Let's get this raid going. Thank you all for hanging out with us. And we'll see you on the raid in 3, 2, 1. Not so
Not
soon.
raid quite
Here's a bunch of
yet.
codes. Can you, or here we go. I'll just do it like this. Screenshot them. Screenshot it. Screenshot it. Screenshot it.
Okay.
Yay! This is fun. We're really gaming now. Thank you all for being here with us. We really appreciate it, and I hope you get good use out of these. Use all these codes, because quite candidly,
We have so many.
we have so many of them. I hope you get something really cool.
Screenshot.
Screenshot. Screenshot. Screenshot. Screenshot. A screenshot. Screenshot.
Such a nerd.
Screenshot.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Let's get going on this raid. 3, 2, 1, and raid!